drive up to the high ground. Seb holding them back.
5 Liquid heroes in the mid lane. Trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for no-tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this under the Tier 2, and they will get it. Seb is trying to turn. The missile is out on Akura. Does Seb have the burst? Not quite. Magnetizes out, and Seb has to retreat. Shackle does latch. Liquid. They've got the lockdown. They've got the roll for the kickback. They'll crush him. Liquid. They're diving again.
They want top.
They got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Thompson push the cooldown. They won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the Tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. They're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that Io. And we know this, the timing, it's all about just waiting for Io to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 talent. That's what OG wants.
He's diving in. Onto Kuro with the flak as well. Hand of God will not keep Jen alive today.
GH will not get TP'd out. Jerax actually TP's in and gets the toss up at the exact timing.
And OG's actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there, but Thompson will throw down the call down just to clear the
the Shackle actually reaches across the trees, but no tail. He's there with a shield. Thompson goes with the TP out. The focus fired out. The damage is not enough. Thompson saved. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, it's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirit supplied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jerax already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Ana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The spirits will be out.
Yeah, and they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the Io. If you can get on top of him, the goo, you don't have the highest armor traditionally on the Io, but he's versus an actual counter. Timbersaw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages.
Are fortified.
It's just that farm game, OG.
Got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them up, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point in the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness of how they are, but also there's an Abaddon who can just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he could just get away with this, pushing this wave into the Tier 2 every single time, knowing that sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Ana's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal Gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal? Gyrocopter, I just said it.
Treads Diffusal Gyrocopter. Fancy that, Thompson.
So
doing something I don't think I've ever seen this.
Kind of. I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of mana burn, which is going to be annoying for Liquid. It gives you a lot of agility, and it gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down, I guess.
It's Liquid. Different. They've got the kill swap, getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the Bristleback. They've got Pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this one with the Medallion as well. However, OG, they know what's going on. They can look to contest this as well. As do they have the Aghanims finished up? It's almost there for Ana. And they're pinging it. They seem now they're aware of it, but it looks like it's almost too low. for them to contest with all this minus armor. Liquid will get away with this one.
And let's see what they can do with it. Aegis pipe, they have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's gonna buy the tome, give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they gotta group up and try to get something big here. They gotta catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO with a nice shackle shot for We Got to focus firing. They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Anna. Won't quite find, but definitely, yeah, thinking about it, this diffusal blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is, you look at what Miracle and Mind Control in particular,
they're completely dependent on their mana.
And they're dependent on the fights being drawn out, right? Yeah. They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he can burn, he's going to take their mana away, and they're going to be essentially some of these useless, tanky targets on the front that OG can then ignore and look for the more volatile kills.
And he's acting as this like super frontliner. And Bristleback is a hero that if you don't have mana, you don't have damage. So if he's just going to be burning the Bristle, I can see it. You know, I can see it. And he's super farmed, and look how tanky he is. 2,000 HP on the gyro. There's going to be an MKB finish now for Weehaw, so his damage is going to be very high as Sem's getting slowed down. He's got greens available, but he's getting burst.
I mean, they're bringing him low. He's got the shield. Now they'll be able to turn. Cooldown's dropped down by Thompson. And here we have it. Miracle. His mana's gone. He's able to pop the stick, get it a fair bit of it back, and he's able to head back in, pushing OG back behind the racks. They're getting a good amount of damage onto this tier 3 tower. They quit. They push on
IO. That spirit hero damage is there now. Ana going to join the fray finally.
There we have it. Miracle's mana. It's pretty much entirely gone by Thompson's smoke. Still looks for GH. He can't get out. There's no mana. GH. He's dead. And now OG. They have that numbers advantage for this defense. They'll try and change the board. Thompson. The Rocket Barrage brings Miracle down. There's the shackle turnaround. They're looking for Jarek. Jarek's backing away. Thompson focusing Miracle. Miracle's still out of mana because of this diffuse. Jarek. He's able to cover. The GA is out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are on the next 1v1, and John. Okay. So when I saw the Meepo come out from Wizard, I was like, oh no, how is Kaka possibly gonna win up against the Meepo? But then there is a SF. So I'd say. And how rude of me, John. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing great. A bit of a wait, of course, because Newbee did just play, but finally here.
So, as I was saying, though, John, I would say that Kaka should have a pretty decent advantage.
Yeah. It should be a good time for Kaka. Like, there are ways for the Meepo to really push itself, right? Like, it can scale faster in EXP. I think this level 1 to level 2 is actually going to be super important for Kaka, depending on how he goes, if he wants to play aggressive with raises, or if you want to play a little bit more passively, farm up, and get a few stacks from Necromancer. He should have a good time. You know, it's better range coming out from the Shadow Demon. The Meepo is going to have to come up close up, play harass early on. Once he hit, you know, that level 3 point, that's when the Meepo can go wild. But that's a lot of time for the SF to just apply himself in that lane.
Did you say that? I believe, didn't they make it level 4 now? I can't remember. There was I don't play Meepo, but I believe there was a patch change for the clone.
Right.
I think it's 4 now. The thing is, though, John, we have to remember as well, in this 1v1, you're not allowed to go to the jungle.
30 seconds.
So, is he really going to be getting that huge XP bonus?
Nah, not as much as you'd expect. It's still a little bit more, but it's not going to be huge. And I think he's going to have to play with the early burst potential you can get with a Meepo. But I don't know. SF pumps out a lot of damage as well, and it's really forgiving to kind of cast out, especially against a melee hero like Meepo. So I would really give Kaka favorites here, just a bit more favored for the SF.
Yeah, I mean, Kaka should just be able to buy mango spam. And speaking of mangoes, look at what he's just queued up. Just a bunch of salves and a bunch of mangoes. It's like, once you get to that level 3 mark and you have level 2 raised, it's just, I don't understand how the Meepo can contest. It's, you could still make plays once you have the clone, but even then, I just kind of question it. Like, if Kaka's on his game today, this should be a very easy victory.
Yeah, it's like, okay. You see that Wizard just goes poof. Can't really apply right click harass, and Kaka just... He'll slowly have to build up his souls, but, you know, once you have 12 harassment onto Wizard, it's not going to be a great time for a Meepo.
Nah. Wizard, I guess it kind of also depends on like how many Wraith Bands or braces he can get. I like the fact that he's actually queued up a bracer as well as the Wraith Band finish. So that magic resistant bonus HP really is going to matter in this 1v1, it seems.
Yeah, it's really gonna make all the difference, and yeah, I think Meepo does enjoy a lot of that anyway, but primary stats, just to be able to spam out his poof a little bit more and have a little bit more leeway with his Earthbind if he does pick it up. I'm not sure if you're gonna be seeing that at all. Probably not, unless Wizard really wants to go for the kill, but it's just tricky.
He's trying his best. Got the ransack now. Bit of added HP regen for himself, or lifesteal, whatever you want to call it on Meepo. Just not really lifesteal, is it? I believe it's actual regen. No, still.
Yeah.
With that, like, why would IceFrog even introduce a new kind of, you know, life-stealing ability, but you don't call it life-steal? It has to be health-steal.
I don't know, there was a time where you'd have some strange interactions with stuff like that, but I'm really just not too aware now if there's anything special with how it runs. But, yeah, he actually does go for the Earthbind, so he has level 1 Earthbind as well. And that means he can play aggressive. It's just, you look at that HP Wizard has. Ooh, yeah, nah, like, you're not going up close.
No, you can't. Like, he's got no salves on the way. He's got no gold. He's only bought a circlet for himself. This is pretty much over. Like, Kaka needs 2 raises right now. 1, and there we go. This is it. You can't get away from this. I mean, you know, there's been unfair matchups, but they literally gave Wizard no chance here. I'm not sure what the community was expecting. Kaka, I'm not sure what that character means, but Kaka, if you're watching, don't be too proud of yourself, sir. You had a clear advantage here, mate.
Trying to take advantage of it somehow.
They're waiting there on the high ground. They immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. N0tail is trying to run. The Smash is after him. N0tail's got the backup of Anna. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid, they're diving on forward. GH will be kept safe by the Heavenly Grace. Kuro may have done a little tip by this time. Will be surrounded. The 4 of them take down Kuro. Put an end to his reign across the map. As OG responding in their numbers now in that middle lane. They won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have a greedy IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a Gyro. Gyro is all about that early fights, same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be an early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timbersaw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard for Liquid to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
He goes deep. Weir's going to turn with a focus fire. Seb, of course, has got the max reactive armor. Thanks to that, Shackle won't latch. Seb, continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. Liquid will try and turn their attention towards Thompson, but with N0tail by his side, they cannot dive up to the high ground. Seb holding them back.
5 Liquid heroes in the mid lane. Trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 9 heroes or 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for N0tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this under the Titu, and they will get it. Seb is trying to turn. The missile is out on the Kuro. Does Seb have the burst? Not quite. Magnetizes out, and Seb has to retreat. Shackle does latch. Liquid. They've got the lockdown. They've got the roll for the kickback. They'll crush him. Liquid. They're diving again.
They want top.
They got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Top too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. And they're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that IO. And we know this, the timing, it's all about just waiting for IO to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 talent. That's what OG wants.
He's diving in. Onto Kuro with the flak as well. Hand of God will not keep Chen alive today.
GH will not get TP'd out. Jerax actually TP's in and gets the toss up at the exact timing.
And OG's actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there from Thompson. I'll throw down the call down just to clear the
Well, the shackle actually reaches across the trees, but no tell. He's there with the shield. Thompson goes for the TP out. The focus fired it out. The damage is not enough. Thompson saved. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, that's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirits applied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jerax already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Ana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The Spirits will be out.
Yeah, and they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo. You don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versus an actual counter. Timbersaw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages.
Are fortified.
It's just that farm game, OG.
Got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them up, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point of the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness of how they are, but also there's an advantage. We just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he could just get away with this, pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time, knowing that sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Ana's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal? Gyrocopter, I just said it.
Stretch diffusal gyrocopter. Fancy that, Thompson.
So
doing something that I don't think I've ever seen this.
Kind of. I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of mana burn, which is going to be annoying for Liquid.
Okay.
It gives you a lot of agility, and it gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down, I guess.
It's Liquid.
Different.
They've got the kill swap, getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the Bristleback. They've got Pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this one with the Medallion as well. However, OG, they know what's going on. They can look to contest this as well. As do they have the Aghanims finished up? It's almost there for Ana. And they're pinging it. They seem, now they're aware of it, but it looks like it's almost too low for them to contest with all this minus armor. And Liquid will get away with this one.
And let's see what they can do with it. Aegis, Pipe, they have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's gonna buy the tome, give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they gotta group up and try to get something big here. They gotta catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO with a nice shackle shot for We had to focus fire him. They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Ana. They won't quite find, but definitely, yeah, thinking about it, this diffusal blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is, you look at what Miracle and Mind Control in particular,
they're completely dependent on their mana.
and they're dependent on the fights being drawn out, right?
Yeah.
They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he can burn, he's going to take their mana away, and they're going to be essentially some of these useless, tanky targets on the front that OG can then ignore.
Team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here for the Game 1 draft between Newbee and IG. It is an LP Dota John expired. John,
Seconds remaining.
you know, it really wasn't that long of a way, right? It kind of flew by. We're here now.
Yeah, like, I mean, I get it. Newbee did just play a series beforehand, before that 1v1, so, you know, they might have, and that ended pretty darn fast, against Newbee, of course, not in their favor, but that does give some time for Newbee to refresh. That gave us some time to refresh. Had a lovely 1v1. I believe you found that enjoyable. I found that enjoyable. I'm sure Kaka found that very enjoyable as well. And that does lead us into this match. IG against Newbee, Mike. IG, of course, placing a lot higher. Third place, as you mentioned. And Newbee, they've lost every single series so far. They've played 4 series in a row. 2 yesterday, 1 today. Not a single win just yet. And I mean, they want to rectify that. Like, you look at this draft and look what they opened with, Mike. Legion Commander Sky. They're going to find kills. They're going to try to snowball. They get the duel off, they get the flare off. They're going to try to build up from there. This is a really strong basic combo. IG has a bit of a good response. Give her the light. Blinding light on the LC during the duel. She's not going to do damage. And if you find a way to jump the Sky, he's not going to get that Mystic Flare off. So they have to kind of watch out for that draft here.
I just love the fact that Newbee just put us in a time machine. Took us back like 7-8 years when this was a thing. Legion Commander Scarab Mage. Oh, how I remember the days, John, when you would get fooled and you'd get destroyed in an instant by what was a ridiculously overpowered Scarab Mage back then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, while I like the LC, I do like the LC pickup. I don't know. I don't know what to say about the Scarab. It's good, but it's kind of not. Like, you look at you mentioned that they take the Keeper of the Light. Now they've got a task.
Yeah.
You've got a snowball save for the jewel. You've got a snowball save for the Mystic Flare, and Scarab Mage. You get close enough to put the tag team on.
Oh, he's dead.
Free money.
He's really just dead. Like, there's not much the Sky can do in that case. I think we've seen that Tusk response a lot when we see the Legion Commander in Sky. It just melts, especially once the Tusk hits 6. You run in, you snowball, and you punch, and the Sky is just gone. For the most part, we don't see Skyrat mages get enough farm to get a Yules or some way of saving himself, so whether or not Newbee will change that up seems nebulous at best. I don't think the Sky is going to get any more farm than you expect. And I love the ban outs from IG. They banned the Dazzle out, so you're not going to be seeing that potential for a core or support Dazzle for Newbee, which means the duel is not going to be a safe bet. I mean, IG already had the Tusk anyway, but they're making it so much harder for Newbee to just get value from this combo.
Yeah, no, they already have. Just with that one pick alone, and it's unfortunate for Newbee because this happened to them last game, in the last series, where they had a task being played up against them, and you know, it just it wasn't great. Nevertheless, Newbee, third pick now. Saw the Omni Knight Dazzle being removed from the draft, which the Omni Knight, that's what I really wasn't expecting to be removed, but you have it. Apparently, Newbee see it as a threat.
I think there's potency with it. Like, it does take away a bit of the value of the Sky. At least your silence is not going to be lasting as long. So, and the regen's always kind of annoying to play against. It's not a meta hero, though. It's like, you don't see it too often, but I wouldn't blame them. Like, Kaka can be disruptive in that kind of off-lane Omni. It's something he played a lot of when Omni was up there, so it's an annoying hero to play against, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. Especially if you're drafting like it's 7 years ago. Definitely not what against you. They do take the Bane. This I like. I do like the Bane coming out, John. I think this is... Personally, I believe this is one of the strongest supports in the game right now. It just... Having two amazing disables, like Nightmare plus Fiend's Grip, and Brain Sap, right? You can't lose the Harass for the laning stage, because you've got Brain Sap available. It's... Is it good to Tusk? Probably not. Because again, you can snowball save through all those things. So it might just be food for the Tusk and whoever's with the Tusk. But I do like the Bane. I can say that.
I think it's still playing into what Newbee has. So you've got a solid way of keeping someone in the duel or in the Mystic Flare, but you will have to worry about the Tusk. That's basically it. As long as Newbee knows where the Tusk is at, they can move freely with all three heroes, get their combo off, and it's a really potent combo. The laning phase, as you mentioned, the Bane should be quite good. It can be a fair bit of harassment and sustain for itself, so you don't want to trade too much with that. IG is going to have a hard time trading with these heroes. Like, the Tusk is probably the better right clicker, but that's a huge space gap with the Sky and the Bane. And the Keeper of Light just doesn't right click as well, so it's probably not the bet to bet there. You can kind of blind, but Bane can just nuke you down anyway. IG with the Sand King is looking like they are actually forming up a better team fight lineup here. So you don't tend to see the Sand King too often now, but the offlane Sand King is still potent. Like, you know, the kit is still the same. It just isn't as dominant as it once was. But with this and the Keeper of the Light, IG is looking like they're forming up the superior teamfight control here. You don't quite have much from Newbee that gives you that wide AoE control. Much more single target for Newbee.
Yeah, they do get the Queen of Pain at least, so you have the AoE damage coming out from the Quap. I gotta say though, IG with this Sand King, like, this is a hero that I've been quite unsure about as of late as well. The offlane Sand King used to be a thing for quite a while, but then it's just really nerfs and nerfs all over again. Though considering every other hero has essentially been nerfed as well, I've been kind of questioning myself, is offlane sinking back? And IG seem to think yes, maybe it is.
I think in certain matchups it works nicely. The big question on my mind for IG is the laning partnership with the Tusk. Like, that can be super potent. And that's also a dual melee lane, which against any of the supports Newbee has, it just sounds like it's going to be a bit of a struggle closing that gap. Like, the Bane and Sky have high move speed as well. IG though jumps straight to the Lycan, and well, you know, it gives you that great push. It has very fast tempo. My worry here is Newbee has the Bane, so they've got a solid way of keeping that Lycan in place. You will have to watch yourself if you're going to get a push going, because as long as Bane has full 6, he should be able to get the control on that sneaky, pesky wolf every single time.
The thing is, John, what's there to clear out all the Lycan creeps that he has? Well, he's going to have wolves, he's going to have necro creeps, and he's going to maybe have a Helm of the Dominator. You're going to tell me Queen of Pain, but I fear the Bane's life. If you go for its Fiend's Grip on the Lycan, you know, rushing towards the Bane straight away. It's I don't know about this Newbee. It's looking really scary for me personally, for what I've seen from IG now. Like, I agree they have cash. They definitely have ways to kill the Lycan. I can't disagree with that. But once that Lycan hits the power spike, once you hit that mid game and they start running at you, are you going to be able to react to this draft of IG? Maybe with this last pick.
Maybe. I think the Legion Commander can kind of push back the wave. The key thing is, you're right in that sense, the supports can't. So they're going to have the backup of their cores every single time. When the Lycan's making a move, that's going to be, oh my god, really?
That's disgusting, wow. IG. Disgusting.
Yeah. Emo, Arc Warden. We've seen him play it a lot. We know how well he does in it.
I don't think he intends to play that, you know, rat style. Well, he might play the rat style, but the thing is, what I do like this time, and this is probably the only time I'm ever gonna say this. Like, the Arc Warden actually seems to work well in this draft. Because I want you to think about it, John. You've got a Lycan pushing one way, you've got an Arc Warden pushing the other way. What are you gonna do? Like, with this draft of Newbee, how are you gonna stop both of them?
No, you can't stop both. That's really the big thing for Newbee. And it's like the Arc Warden doesn't just push one lane, mind you. You know, once his clone is up and ready to go, he can push 2 lanes, and Lycan pushes 1. So you've got every single lane under heavy pressure. Newbee, they're gonna have to try to split their focus there. Like, where do you toss the LC Bane and Queen of Pain to clear out a wave? You can't have everyone. Oh, that's a decent response to that. Like, that's a wave clear, I suppose. It's just the one thing with the Sven in this case is you're gonna have to really get some good farm going here. So you're gonna have to escalate really fast. Maybe look for a fast blink and really. Maybe a fast just blink and BKB is all you'll need to win out these fights, but you're gonna need to be very active on the map once that's up, because IG, if you play passively here, you're gonna melt your map.
Blink or Aghanim Scepter, John? Are you a culture? Or would you rather just be a normie and go blink? Right? You gotta pick up that axe, son. You gotta turn into a superhero if you're gonna win this game, Boogie. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this Sven, John. It's been some time since I've seen Sven come out. Considering the last performance up against King Gaming, which is, you know, I probably shouldn't be, you know, comparing because we are into a new series, but considering that last series up against King Gaming, like, this is a much harder team that you're versing, and this draft is, I'm not going to say it's bad, I just don't know if it's going to work up against what IG's throwing at them.
Yeah, I think the one thing Newbee at least has going for themselves is that Sven does enjoy it when heroes are in the snowball. So if you do clump too many heroes in that snowball up, then, well, they're going to be deleted by Sven. So that's something to watch out for when you go for that snowball save. Be conscious about where the Sven is, because he can punish that kind of save. And I think that's really one of the biggest pieces of value in that last pick for Newbee.
The one thing I can say is at least we've got 2 drafts that are so different. Like, they're bringing me a lot of nostalgia, John. I love seeing these Sand Kings, and I don't want to say Arc Warden. That was a very rough time in my casting career, just having to cast Arc Warden every game. But I also like seeing the Sven. I just like seeing new heroes. You know? Yeah. No more of this stale meta garbage that we've been watching in different tournaments. Well, actually, I find the Tusk Kaka still has a skill point, so you can always go for the snowball if necessary. But we'll just hold on, as you definitely want the tag team level 1. I'm gonna keep up vision of this side of Newbee.
30 seconds to battle.
It's
I love Smoothie's sword. I mean, just look at that thing.
Oh yeah, isn't that one of the rare ones? Yeah,
that's like that one that gives you the blue outline when you hit a critical hero. Shows you exactly the cleave.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's a good one.
The wind sword.
Yeah, you know, it's just an aesthetic spec. You can figure out the distance in your head if you play it enough.
Stormhammer comes out on Kaka. He's gonna take a fair bit, which will be fine.
Still got the root. Yeah, so it's still 2 for 2. It's gonna be happy every single time Sven throws out the hammer. His mana pool is not amazing. Look, he's down to 100 mana. He can regen true for the next Stormhammer, but after that he's gonna have to expend these mangoes.
How many Stormhammers did he throw?
He threw out 2 already, right? Once to harass out,
his
and then
mana
once in the
regen
rune.
is 0.8.
Yeah.
I forgot how low Sven's mana regen is. 0.8. You couldn't even give him 1. It has to be like less than 1 for Sven. Poor guy.
Yeah. It's one of the downsides of carrying a big sword. Yeah, all your focus is on the sword, not within yourself. So no mana.
That's fair. It's going to be JT versus Newbee alone. You know, I kind of thought this might be the way it works out. Like, the Sand King can very comfortably just take this lane by himself. Especially once you've got Sandstorm up and Kaka. He'll probably just rotate, maybe go for a kill up top with the set up a tri-lane for a little bit. In fact, he's actually going to just stack the wave. I like it. Honestly, get a double stack going for your Sand King, just push it back the way to get C1 tower and Sandstorm all of it down.
Yeah, Sand King's one of those heroes that really can win out in that kind of as well, though they're really playing aggressive here.
They're trying to. Faith has got Nightmare and will have to pop it. They may have enough. They really, I was going to say orb walk well, but without any further mana, just no point in even trying JT. He'll just tank go up. And you've got so many creeps being delivered by Mr. Kaka.
It's gonna be an easy time for a Sand King to farm up. I think that's one thing that Newbee has to watch out for. They have to maximize this early lane potential they do have. Like, Kaka can't actually trade with Faith. You saw him getting chased down, he dropped really low. Our Husk's actually out of regen, so he's going to depend on just his regen, which means his rotations are going to be limited. And that's really just down to Fate applying that constant right-click advantage there.
We'll have a quick look at mid lane as well. You'll see the Emo up against AQ on the Queen of Pain, and I don't know how the Arc Warden does in this current meta. I imagine it's not too hot flash, but AQ is really dishing out quite a bit of harassment over to the Arc Warden. It's to be expected. Suppose Emo really can't do too much.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I think AQ should have a good time up until maybe level 5 is when Emo can start kicking it in, or just when he gets his double. Before then, AQ should just be able to leverage his great spell damage and great DOT to force Emo in uncomfy spots. Like, he's not too far behind in terms of last hits, but he's definitely feeling the brunt of the harassment, although AQ drops low here.
Yeah, that level 2 flux, you can really underestimate how much damage it does, and we saw AQ blink away, but that doesn't really help. You need to be around some creeps or other heroes for it to not do anything. So it can be a bit rough with that flux. The higher it goes, it's a fair bit of damage once you get to that max level. Top lane, Wizard's going to be there with YG, so they're going to be up against Fly on that Lycan, and Fly will some Ollie on the Keeper of the Light. Wizard is finding a fair bit of farm here. In fact, they're going to try and make a bit of a play into Fly. Ollie trying to get in range for a Blinding Light and does get it, but Wizard will purge it off immediately and just wants to continue chasing him down. He probably needed at least one more strike. In fact, Fly, he'll be perfectly fine.
Lots of commitment here to stay in the lane. His first salve was popped by the overwhelming odds, so another salve is expended by Ollie, which leaves them with no burst regen, but this is giving Fly some space here. Wizard is still overtaking this lane, 29 last hits. The harassment onto Ollie's a bit too much as well, and there he goes.
Ollie does end up dying, and while that happens, Mugi does lose his courier, so Kaka does find his courier snipe. Speaking of Kaka, he's going to turn around onto Faith, but Faith will be perfectly fine as well. JT not really in range for a Barra strike, but that's a nice start for Newbee, right? Like, to get the first blood. Apparently I just... YG denied himself to a tier 2. I thought I missed a kill again. Turns out he killed himself, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah. One of the things to this guy kind of just needs a reset for the mana, but that means when he comes back in, he's going to be super annoying once more. Full mana pool, has boots up, so he can trade really well with orb walks, and have the same presence as Mage early game.
Sort of similar to an Undying, right? Like, you just spam out decays, and once you're out of mana, I'm just gonna go die. I'll be back with full mana. That's all you want to do as the Skywrath Mage. And YG gonna make it his way back up top. Still can't really shut down on Fly, which might be a bit of an issue, because even if you are slowing down the Lycan in terms of CS, Fly just does this. He just goes to the jungle, starts using those wolves, even goes for a bit of a pull, and oh, nice steal from YG on the large creep. That's actually a fairly big deal for YG.
Radiant
But my whole point was, John, you're not going to be able to slow down Fly that much.
No, he's finding all the couriers actually. Another one.
What?
Radiant's
Where are they? Where is he fighting?
Oh, it's just the wolves. The wolves. He was chasing them down.
You can tell.
Yeah, lots of value there. That's a really good micro coming out, and he's still not missing out on doing the last hit. So, a good start for Fly, but you could say the same for Wizard. He's not been pressured too much, so our LC is actually progressing nicely. It really comes down to who hits 6 first and who gets the fight first.
Look at Fate. His remnants can be very frustrating to play against. Newbee really want to try and set up an Emo, and they do. It's great blink from AQ, though he does put the bubble down. Emo trying to fight back, but the Sonic Wave, the arcane bolts will be enough. Saw a TP there from Ollie, but it's really limited what he can do on the Keeper of the Light right now. And surprisingly enough, Fly is even here.
Yeah, that one is a bit of a strange rotation out. He could have just been farming up top. I think they wanted to maybe get a bigger team fight off, but Kaka even expend a snowball to stop the TP out. So they really don't find anything, and this gives Wizard a super free lane up top. You're not getting the best of farm in the jungle, and you're certainly not doing anything with this freed up lane for IG side. So Newbee can be a lot happier with forcing this movement out.
Speaking of free lanes though, like look at JT on this tanking. He is a few hundred net worth behind, but he is doing a pretty decent job up against Mugi Sven. Speaking of net worth, by the way, Fly is only 100 gold behind DLC, and now he's going to rush towards Mugi on that. Sven, who does pop the gold strength, he's going to try and fight back with a lot of creeps around him. Nice Nightmare onto the task. He won't have the tag team, and now the duel will come out. JT, he's been caught out, and nice snowball save just in time. Mugi, he came back, but it was too greedy. He does die now. Wizard needs to run, but here comes Fly. He's a very fast wolf, and they are just clearing them out. Faith goes for a brain sap. It looked great for Newbee, it looked fantastic. Oh, Faith, no.
Oh, no.
Not another snowball. Oh, and the creeps. Fly didn't even look at him when he died. Turned around.
Newbee is just forced to kind of respond to this movement, and they had the duel. I like that Wizard actually came down to do something. It's the Tusk. The snowball save meant they didn't win the duel, and they still lost out from their Sven. They find the kill on Ollie up top. That's not a favorable trade at all. That's a +5 Keeper of the Light. More than likely, IG's not going to be giving up in this bot lane. They're going to want to push it. They have the net group of 1 up. They've got Wolf up in about a minute, so there's potential.
Nightmare on Fly. Fly should die, but Kaka again snowballs up. JT with the burrow, and now the epicenter, nothing to cancel it off, so he just gets it off. But the Sonic Wave will at least get the Lycan. They do trade with Faith on the bait, and now a nice courier snipe from Kaka. In fact, he can't find it. It's just in the tree line. Kaka, there's a fight going on, sir. Get the courier. He does get it in the end, and JT will just walk out of there with his life barely intact. Newbee, they take the Lycan kill, and they say that's enough. We don't need to take JT's life as well. We're not risking anything.
Yeah, it's still a really big pick off for IG that does go to AQ.
Okay. Well, if you're going to give us that kill, we'll take it. And Kaka now will have help. In fact, Emo, you're not really going to fight this by yourself, are you? He'll send the Tempest Double in to do his dirty work.
It's been a bit of a back and forth here for both sides. In the end, IG still has a slight lead. The biggest factor here is that IG is not playing with Emo. Emo has to farm. And it's down to how Arc Wardens are. Of course, you get the Midas, you get the Maelstrom, and then you get the Travels up, and then maybe you make an appearance every now and again. But IG will have to play 4v5. Newbee did drag out AQ, and you saw that made all the difference at engagement. So as long as the Queen of Pain's ready to go with that Sonic Wave, IG has to be super careful in how they do choose to force these fights out, even if they have that snowball save from Kaka.
I'm kind of shocked by that. Like, I know you kind of have to go for the Midas on Arc Warden, but Midas is such a bad item right now.
Yeah, is it's just not as valuable.
Why would you want to put yourself in that predicament? You know, it's I don't know. It's awkward, right? That's the thing. Like the fact that you can just use it twice. It's almost like an Ogre Magi with multicast. But not playing Wizard again. Gonna find Ollie, and he hasn't actually walked Jewel yet, surprisingly enough. I thought he had.
That is an overwhelming odds kill. They haven't been able to close the gap. It kind of says a lot when your LC doesn't even have the confidence to go up and duel a keeper left alone, but they do manage to clear towers. They've got some map control back in the top area, and IG's just playing around on that bot jungle, so Newbee doesn't seem interested in contesting that. Right now, they just want to secure their own areas to farm in. Mugi with a Mask of Madness should be pick up the pace. So he's going to be working towards that Sanj next. And that should be enabling Sven to do a lot more in those fights if he opts to. Like, he could just stick to farming for all we know.
Well, I love the fact that IG's really focusing on protecting that tier 1 mid tower. Like, because once that tier 1's down, your jungle's open. You can already see Newbee really trying to get in there and ensure Emo and Flyfly can't farm up that jungle free because they're so dependent on it. But every single time they go for the push, JT's there, just standing the creep wave, allowing them to take that tier 1 down.
Yeah, it's been quite helpful for IG. It has stalled the progression of Newbee just a tad, so they can't quite dip into this top jungle as much. And again, you're still seeing Emo stick to some pretty good farming patterns now. If you actually look at his net worth, it's not good. 4.2k behind even Wizard is not a great spot for the Arc Warden, but IG still choosing to smoke up with JT and Ollie. Want to make some space here.
Sandstorm. Just trying to dodge it. Cusses and Shard should get vision of Bar Strike just in the nick of time. YG will get punched in the face. Mid lane, however, T1 tower will be denied off. AQ actually finding Flyfly down at the bot lane. That's huge. They do take down the Lycan. And, it looks like AQ did have a double damage reactive on that Queen of Pain, and that helped quite a bit.
Yeah, that is hurting IG a fair bit. They've lost some... Well, they've lost their Lycan, which is really one of the bigger heroes they don't want to drop out on. You are getting close to the Necrobook tree, or that Lycan, and you really need that up. We have seen no progression in terms of map control beyond that bot tier 1. With a Lycan draft, you want a lot more gone from the map, so give some space to fly, have that Necro up, play around that Necro tree book in the shapeshift, and melt the last tier 1s out. You really need to give yourself that gold advantage. That will really help out Emo as well, his progression, which is again towards the Mjolnir, as you tend to see, because before you start building that gold pile up, 4v5, that's really the situation. IG just cannot afford to have Emo anywhere near these fights.
Smoke, Archon, Faith, Shards will lock him in, Snowball does latch. Faith, all he can do is try and brain snap. That's it. You definitely want a bit more, but nobody else to find, so they're going to go after that tier 1 mid tower and try to even out the map a little bit. With Flyfly there, the Necro 2 book should be fast enough. That Snowball again going to come out. YG not really getting hit by the shards, and now it's Newbee trying to defend his tier 1, but it's a Lycan you're trying to defend against, though. Nice deny from Wizard on the Legion. Great timing from him. Sometimes just taking that gold away can be enough. Though Wizard, you don't want to give your life away like this. JT has a blink tagger. He jumps in with a sandstorm, and it's going to be a very easy kill.
Ooh. Just a really quick burst down and ooh.
Hey, there's a wolf in the woods, sir. He's trying to save YG. He's gonna cop the death for his teammates. As he gets blocked up, he'll stop running. He'll try and brain tap, but he's almost certainly dead. He'll try to run. JT will take the kill. The things to do for your pos 4.
Yeah, you gotta cop it for the team, and not the biggest kill going way of IG. It's really down to the control you've gotten. So mid tier 1 gone. That's parity with Newbee now, down mid. And if they take this top tier 1 at some point, that should allow them easier access towards Roche, or at least even access to that area and even access to the jungle. So that it's going to mitigate some of Newbee's forward movement and some of that forward farm you see Mookie taking. He's not going to be able to maintain this kind of farm without the tier 1 for his teammates to TP2.
Nice creep still though from Ollie. Easy 60 gold. Getting to that point where, like, if Mookie gets the BKB arm, it's a bit scary here for IG.
Got no real way of mitigating that BKB's impact, and there is a smoke from Newbee. They should be able to get a pretty big target here.
Once they get through the maze of Spark Rates, and Emo now going to realize he's in trouble. Does put the bubble down, but there's the duel coming out with the Mystic Flare, and Wizard does win the duel, and that was actually his first duel he won. JT looking to blink in with an epicenter, though. Who does he find? They go after the Queen of Pain, and she will die. Wizard will just TP out in front of him. YG will be left alone. Faith says, I can't help you this time, or maybe he can. He comes back in with the Nightmare. And good guy Faith for you. And JT will stick by Kaka, who is currently having a very, very bad dream.
That entire time did give IG the space to push out that tier 1 top. So taking out that piece of control, but...
Fiend's Grip.
Wow.
The first one of the game, I believe. Just on the Keeper of the Light, just get it off cooldown, and well, there you have it.
Yeah, that's a big commitment for a Koppel. Not the highest priority for that spell. That might give IG an opening if they wanted to. It's a long cooldown, around 2 minutes. There is an opening for IG if they want to make more happen in the map. Moogie would not have God Strength as well, and Fly is in a prime position to try to intercept.
He is. Not to mention, Kaka has a Blink Dagger coming out on the task already. So now you've got double Blinks up. Moogie is hiding, but the wolves have found him. You can't hide in the woods from the big bad wolf, John. I learned that when I was a kid. And Moogie get caught out. Little Red Riding Hood, John. It's a very, very nasty story.
Oh yeah, I find it rather strange Moogie's farming that top lane. Again, without that tier 1, it's just a super dangerous lane to actually be so far forward, and he does have a very safe jungle. Like, you take a look at that wards, lots of sentries, ensuring that IG has no vision there. Just a really greedy position to be in as this man, and really punished by IG, who get to go into the pit.
Yeah, they're gonna find YG as well, by the way. So usually you'd be sacking a hero to try and take Roshan. IG say, no, we'll take hero and take Roshan. And there you go. Aegis gonna be going to the wave Emo. AQ does at least get a bot tier 1 tower while they were doing that, but definitely would have rather just stopped the Roshan from happening.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit hard to play into that leeway they do have on Emo now. And of course the Arc Warden is starting to pick up a pace. I believe that's the Maelstrom coming in, so the Mjolnir is not too far off, and we all know what happens when once that combination's up, Warden's gonna be consistent wave push, and much you can really do to stop it.
That Tempest double gonna get caught out bot lane. Nice bit of easy gold for AQ. Still, AQ gonna need to start defending because Firefly is forcing down a lot of towers. Just see the confidence from IG. They just run down the hill. Like, where are they? Kaka's got a blink. JT's got a blink. Just so many ways to initiate. You've got Emo now with the Maelstrom up. So not only is he pushing faster, but he's got a hell of a lot more damage.
Yeah, you take a look at Kaka as well, right? Like, he finished the blink. He's going down. So he just wants to kill the backline, just take out the sky every single time. Whereas he's not going to be enjoying that.
This is starting to look like one of my pop games. It looks like they have found the spare Moogie. That's a big one. Kojima, Snowball, and Kaka. Gives him a taste as to what's to come. Now Will-O-Wisp will be dropped onto Faith. It's like, you want to... I'll drop my ultimate too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big commitment as well. But fair is fair. They managed to trade out in that, and you are seeing IG slowly pull ahead. 3K advantage now. They certainly have picked up the pace after those key item pickups. Newbee has not been as aggressive with the LC, Bane, and Sky as we'd expect. They have the blink up on their LC. Wizard has had that blink, and they just haven't been able to find the dual pickups they wanted on their own terms. It's always been into IG's movement so far. That's something that, yeah, it's playing into IG's game plan instead of Newbee's. This is the moment where they should be building up by duel.
Emo bot lane, he just TP'd in. Wizard was waiting. No, Wizard, no.
Oh, he's going home.
Okay, I mean, look, to be fair, IG was rotating, so maybe you could argue it was the better play. But you had a Quap and LC there. You really can't. I mean, he has an Aegis. Yeah, it's not worthwhile. Not worth wasting your time.
Nah.
But I do agree with you. Like, Newbee really hasn't been the ones to. Like, they're always reacting to IG and just avoiding them every single time. But, so, okay, you've got this Sven that could be a real power later on. But you're going to an Arc Warden. Now, I don't need to remind you what Arc Warden does in the late game, John. He just splits the whole map, and you will never get to the high ground.
Nah. Wait, why is Vampire Fangs in the neutral? Was that from IG? Because AQ just picked up some free, like,
Nice.
huh. Yeah, I mean, nice for them, nice for Newbee. It's rather strange was left behind for IG, but they take a tier 2. You do see Newbee posturing up top as well, but it's not going to be a fast push, although. Go on to Kaka. Yeah.
Maybe even JT. That'd be a nicer kill, but looks like IG are ready to fight again. JT just has a casual pipe up now. This man's farm is kind of insane considering we're 22 minutes in on the Sand King. Not too insane, but it's pretty darn good for an offlane Sand King. So
yeah, it's a good spot. Like the blink, the travels as well. So he has global presence if he wants. Can be anywhere he wants and de-shoving lanes. Whereas you don't quite have that on UV side. They don't have a way of dealing with all that really big movement setup from UV, although they do smoke up. But they're not going to be finding it when it's down to, again, a lack of vision in key areas. They've got vision on that top jungle and the Roche pit, but IOD does not play in that top jungle. They've been playing in the bot jungle, and they just have not had vision here. So they don't spot anyone out.
Is that an AC? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi with an AC. Oh my. Yeah, that's a real problem when you're a Sven, John. You know, you
yeah.
can't
Damage is
rely
not
on
being
hitting
great.
people. No.
Yeah, at least Mugi can maybe focus on different heroes. Like if IG's clumped up, you can make use of that and cleave off instead. But again, that's a tall order. It's not like IG's always going to be stuck in that situation. And we've reached a point where Mugi has his BKB, but Newbee has not made any successful rotations just yet. In fact, I think a bigger issue is that AQ's had that Orchid. I don't think that's been around longer than the BKB, and I don't think they've had a success with that just yet, although they might be able to find some
White Jewel, it's going to be a big kill. Mystic Flare comes down to the bubble, is dropped, but it's not going to be enough. Emo gonna have to back off there. Some kind of spark rate, some Parker jumps in, gets Warrior's Punch off and just TP's out. Ollie will force staff his way out and just run. Really? Sonic Wave, they commit everything just to make sure. Like, we can't let them run away from this. I committed my 10-second BKB charge.
Yeah, it's not the best pickups for IG. Like the Lycan's great. No one else, you're not finding anything else for all these item reveals isn't. Although you did hold out in Mugi's BKB to have that option still available, but I feel like IG's not being punished hard enough by Newbee. They need to find a lot more. AQ's still hunting.
JT TPing out. What? Can you find him? Oh no. Okay. See, if they found the Sand King, then you would say, okay, now we're looking good. If we're Newbee, but it's.
No,
yeah.
they don't get it, and this does give IG a big opening. They know certain spells aren't available. They are actually clumping up once more down bot, although there is vision from Newbee now, so they should be able to avoid this one.
I don't think IG cares, John. They keep rushing forward. Well, Newbee, they will avoid. It's nice. Speaking of YG's going straight Ags. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh. Now Will-O-Wisp will actually save Emo for now, but no, they eventually get the dual victory. Wizard doing well, but now a huge burrow strike. Faith is dead. YG will also... They just disappeared. Wizard now trying to survive, but he is surrounded.
I mean, you got Emo. You got very big here in exchange for those three. You only lose, what, the offlaner is the biggest one there. So overall, I think Newbee should still be happy with that kind of exchange. They got the dual win. They are still slowing down the Arc Warden. We haven't seen Emo's impact on the game at all, beyond just shoving a wave out. So, you know, this ticking time bomb that is the Arc Warden isn't quite ready to go off just yet. And Newbee has been very good in ensuring that.
Look at Kaka. He forces out the BKB from Mugi. That was his 10-second charge. All Kaka did was Aura's punch him. And it was like, I'm out. See you, boys.
Yeah. I can't blame him. Like, you know, he would have been stunned up by the snowball, and there's no TP point. So, again, you're at that point where you're playing really far forward as Sven. That would have been very easy to punish his IG, so he has to bail out. Not the best use of the first BKB charge. We always mention that, right? Like, when you use the BKB to bail out, you know it's not quite the ideal situation for you. And IG is really just using this time to build up, right? Like, Emo is the one that really needs to play catch-up on the Arc Warden, but I say catch-up, he's number one enough for it now. Yeah. So he climbed all the way up, and once he's ready to go, it's gonna be hard. But that's a lot of drops.
Yeah. Spider Leg's great. Very fire and Paladin Sword. Oh, you gotta love a good Paladin Sword. Just in case you need some lifesteal and added attack damage. Just give him, you know. Not like he's ahead or anything.
Definitely not. Doesn't feel like it. They smoke up.
JT has a duels up now on the Sand King as well, apparently. And Lycan, they know exactly where they are. Double burrow strike JT just on point. Baines will go storm up and TP. Mugi trying to do the same, but there's going to be a Walrus punch. And Mugi, you got what's the fight, so you can choose death, and he is trying to fight. He will die anyway. It's not even close. I mean, the cleave is nice up against the illusions, but not the illusions, the units. But apart from that,
the Sven's just not getting anything done. Like, it's becoming a really big issue here for Newbee. They haven't been forcing these earlier fights that we expect with an LC, with a Skyrat Mage, with a Bane. We actually have not seen that combo too much. And the investment into Mugi has really not brought you much. He doesn't have any way of jumping into these fights by himself. They get dual lock and Fly though.
That's nice. Bubble gonna be that this could be a big kill, but there's the Will-O-Wisp. Fly is taking 0 damage, by the way. And they kill Wizard.
Yikes, that was really good placement from Emo. It was that bubble, right on the edge.
Now, Orc will come out onto Emo. He's still going after Faith. For the tag team, and Burrow Strike was very nice. AQ got the BKB off in time though. Now they're going to try and turn this one around, but AQ, you're going to round a BKB in just a second. Nice Sonic Wave, but now without a BKB, he is a sitting duck. He can try to blink out. There'll be Yules there in time, and they have the damage. Ollie.
Ooh.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a bit of a BM, Ollie. Take it easy, mate. No need to pause on him as well. But it was a disconnection. Just
I almost thought it was our pubs. You know?
It felt like, I'm like, oh great, another damn pause. But I just died for the 10th time. Still trying to farm my BKB, now they're pausing on me again.
Oh man, it's gonna be really hard for Newbee right now though. Like, they're gonna have buyback in their Queen of Pain at least in 55 gold, so you can passively get it up. But the next time she dies, no buyback more than likely, and I don't think IG's gonna be pulling back. Like, they still have the Epicenter ready. They don't have the Will-O-Wisps, but I think just having JT's ult up is going to be enough. They can mount these towers fast. You're gonna have Shapeshift in 10 seconds. This tier 2 is definitely gone. Past this, like, they know the Queen of Pain's not gonna be there. The Sven Mugi has been a non-factor. He can jump in with the BKB, but you just snowball. You just Walrus punch him, and he gets kited around so easily.
what did you really expect from a Sven? Like, it's honestly though, like the hero is kind of not good right now, right? Like there's a reason why nobody picks Sven at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I get the reasoning. They needed wave clear and a core. It just doesn't do anything else. And Newbee really needed to play a lot more active earlier on. They can still do that. I think they need to smoke up. They need to drop some better vision on the map. They need to get the dual and single target control. And then they can really start to apply some more onto IG. But IG takes this opportunity, goes straight push. No wards from Newbee to see this. They can contest.
It's another Aegis to Emo. Emo being very inefficient on Midas off cooldown. There we go.
There.
Uses both of them in time. JT wanted to steal the creep away.
As
JT.
tradition.
You did.
As is tradition, you never want to give your Arc Warden the creeps, right? He's not a priority. He can find his own creeps.
Forcing that top lane. Yeah.
Ollie still has tank. How often do you see a support actually hold on to the tangos in the backpack? At this point, at some point he bots them, but Ollie does not want to waste. He's keeping it.
Support life is an easy job. You know, you gotta set a tangos. You hold on to those things. You never know. never know when you're gonna need them. He does have Crankles to be fair, but you know.
It's a bit sprint right now. Like Jake just holding onto the Paladin sword for whatever reason. He finally sends it back, but it's just in his backpack for a while as well. I'm not sure why you'd want that as a Stand King, but there it is. It is picked up by Emo, of course. Like I'm not sure why it was even with JT.
Oh, Emo's being...
Wasn't it Emo's dropping?
Look at what Emo's doing. He's setting Tempest doubles in to just annoy the side of Newbee. Bait them into thinking they can kill it in time, and then it expires.
Yeah, it's not good when you can't even find that gold. And to make matters, whereas Emo does have a Monkey King bar now, so a lot more damage coming out from our Arc Warden, and he's some really good build up. Fly almost about done with his Abyssal. Once that Abyssal's up, this Lycan is just going to be so hard to man up against.
Not just an MKB, by the way, and Midas off cooldown, Emo. Use your Midas before you go and smoke, so there we go.
I mean, Newbee's playing this smart. They're playing around their triangle. They have the ward up. I don't spot this ward from IG, man. This same ward we've been seeing over and over again at this spot, and Newbee has never managed to find it. That's the same spot.
Literally, this is the third game in a row that ward has haunted them. And IG clearly watched the replays from the last series that Newbee may not have. He just can't get the D ward off.
Oh. They avoid a big fight. They hold on to the high ground for now. But the Abyssal's up on Fly, so he can jump in. He could be the real man here.
Oh, they jump in onto JT. Jewel. He's the pretty tanky Sand King right now. So that's a lot of cleave damage with the Tonic Wave. Emo will survive through it. Moogie, he just stands his ground and gets taken out. And now AQ going to be chased down. They're going to find the Queen of Pain as well. It looked so good. They called you. I can't blame him.
Yeah,
but
it's
Mom's team fight looked pretty darn good for him.
It's not enough.
Wasn't enough.
No, I mean, they got the Sand King, but you had bigger issues beyond JT. You still had the Lycan. You lost Moogie immediately.
advantage of it somehow.
They're waiting on the high ground. That immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. No-Tail is trying to run. The Smasher's after him. No-Tail's got the backup of Anna. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid, they're diving on forward. GH will be kept safe by the Heavenly Grace. Kuro may have done a little tip by this time. Will be surrounded. The four of them take down Kuro. Put an end to his reign across the map. As OG responding in their numbers now in that middle lane. They won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
They still, OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have a greedy IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a Gyro. Gyro is all about that early fights. Same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be an early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timbersaw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard for Liquid to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
It goes deep. Weare's going to turn with a focus fire. Seb, of course, has got the max reactive armor. Thanks to that, Shackle won't latch. Seb, continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. Liquid will try and turn their attention towards Thompson, but with No-Tail by his side, they cannot dive up to the high ground. Seb holding them back.
5 Liquid heroes in the mid lane. Trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 9 heroes or 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for No-Tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this under the Titcher, and they will get it. Seb is trying to turn. The missile is out on the Kuro. Does Seb have the burst? Not quite. Magnetizes out, and Seb has to retreat. Shackle does latch. Liquid. They've got the lockdown. They've got the roll for the kickback. They'll crush him. Liquid. They're diving again.
They want top.
They got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Thompson push the cooldown. They won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. And they're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that IO. And we know this, the timing, it's all about just waiting for IO to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 count. That's what OG wants.
He's diving in. Onto Kuro with the flak as well. Hand of God will not keep Chen alive today.
GH will not get TP'd out. Jerax actually TP's in and gets the toss up at the exact timing.
And OG's actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle, the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there from Thompson. I'll throw down the call down just to clear the
The Shackle actually reaches across the trees, but No-Tail. He's there with a shield. Thompson goes for the TP out. The focus fired out. The damage is not enough. Thompson saved. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, it's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirit supplied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jerax already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Ana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The spirits will be out.
Yeah, and they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo, you don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versus an actual counter. Timbersaw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages.
Are fortified.
It's just that farm game, OG.
Got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them up, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point in the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness of how they are, but also there's an Abaddon who can just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he could just get away with this, pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time, knowing that sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Anna's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal. Gyrocopter, I just said it.
Stretch diffusal gyrocopter. Fancy that, Thompson.
So
doing something that I don't think I've ever seen this.
Kind of. I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of like mana burn, which is going to be annoying for
Okay.
It gives you a lot of agility and it gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down, I guess.
It's Liquid.
Different.
They've got the kill swap, getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the bristleback. They've got pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this one with the medallion as well. However, OG, they know what's going on. They can look to contest this as well. As do they have the Aghanims finished up? It's almost there for Ana. And they're pinging it. They seem now they're aware of it, but it looks like it's almost too low for them to contest with all this minus armor. And look, we'll get away with this one.
Well, let's see what they can do with it. Aegis, pipe, they have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's gonna buy the tome, give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they gotta group up and try to get something big here. They gotta catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO with a nice shackle shot for we got to focus fire in. They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Anna. And won't quite find, but definitely, yeah, thinking about it, this diffusal blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is, you look at what Miracle and Mind Control in particular.
They're completely dependent on their mana.
And they're dependent on the fights being drawn out, right?
Yeah.
They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he can burn, he's going to take their mana away, and they're going to be essentially some of these useless, tanky targets on the front that OG can then ignore and look for the more volatile kills.
And he's acting as this like super frontliner. And Bristleback is a hero that if you don't have mana, you don't have damage. So if he's just going to be burning the Bristle, I can see it. You know, I can see it. And he's super farmed, and look how tanky he is. 2,000 HP on the gyro. There's going to be an MKB finish now for Weehaw, so his damage is going to be very high as Seb's getting slowed down. He's got greens available, but he's getting burst.
I mean, they're bringing him low. He's got the shield. Now they'll be able to turn. Cooldown's dropped down by Thompson. And here we have it. Miracle. His mana's gone. He's able to pop the stick, get it a fair bit of it back, and he's able to head back in, pushing OG back behind the racks. They're getting a good amount of damage onto this tier 3 tower. Liquid.
Level
they push on
IO. That spirit hero damage is there now. Ana gonna join the fray finally.
There we have it. Miracle's mana. It's pretty much entirely gone by Thompson's smoke. To look for GH. He can't get out. There's no mana. GH. He's dead. And now OG. They have that numbers advantage for this defense. They'll try and change the more. Thompson. The Rocket Barrage brings Miracle down. There's the shackle turnaround. They're looking for Jarek. Jarek's backing away. Thompson focusing Miracle. Miracle's still out of mana because of this diffusion. Jarek. He's able to cover. The GA is out. We all will fall though. The magic damage is there for Thompson. Miracle's trying to run. Another stick charge pop, but Jarek can shut him off. In fact, Jarek, he's ready to try and look for more potentially. There's only the once. Thompson, he's on top of Kuro. Another cooldown there. The toss back into the combo. Jarek has the control. They're all getting picked apart as Mind Control falls. Miracle is surrounded, and they're all able to get this as well. OG, they will hold.
And they're even taunting. They toss him to the dragon. Holy crap. Thompson, the diffusal is absolutely working. Burns all their mana.
But I don't think anyone would have expected to see Gyro, the deciding game. The diffusal blade Gyro, it is perfect for this point of the match.
He just did an insane amount of damage, front lines the entire time, and then Ana just has free reign to get all that spirit hero damage, and it's back completely the other way, and it feels like the control is just gone for them.
What do you do? When your mana's gone, what do you do?
Oh my god. OG starting to take over the game completely here.
Showing new ways to play the game at this incredibly late moment in the tournament.
And now Thompson has an Aghanims as well, so not only is his regular hits going to be proccing that... yeah, he's going to be burning a lot of mana.
And then just moving into the base now, OG. They're pushing in. Flag Star supports the Liquid back. They'll focus Miracle. Miracle He'll get himself out and away. The missile is out. They're trying to put the heels to save him, but Miracle's dead.
So much damage.
Jackson's in with the combo. They'll bring down GH. GH has buyback. He'll buyback immediately. Weehar's going to be back up in 5. Fortification is popped, but OG, they're not going away.
They're too healthy. They still have greaves available for Seb as well this whole time. They're pretty, No Tail's kind of low, but once they pop those greaves, everyone's going to be topped off.
A tier 3's going down. 22 minutes again, and in a match where it looked like Liquid had the pace to maybe bring something different, but we're back to the same place that we were in Game 2 and Game 3.
There's no stones for GH. He can't contribute anything. There's no magnetized either. They're just taking this rack.
It's gone. They cannot get close to hold this. As OG, we'll see what the plan is next. They'll back off.
They're happy with that. Why not? They can back up, clean up shrines. But I think if Liquid chases out, OG can definitely just turn to look for the fight. They have no cooldowns that they're waiting on. Everything is available for them. And they're just so farmed right now at this point in the game that Liquid, they're walking out together. But like I was mentioning before, there's one stone on GH, and that is it. So his team fight potential, and he's pretty much the only team fighter on the side of Liquid right now. It's just not there.
And OG's ready to go back it again. Jackson with the wrap around the combo down onto Mind Control. The cooldown's there. Liquid out to back off. Again, Mind Control's mana pretty much got his ever popped the stick. Get the GA off at least. Can they fight for the duration of it though? They're getting towards Seb. Wheels are popped. Seb's back pretty much up to 4. Jackson with another combo onto We Are stunned up. We Are dead. Miracle's the new focus. The missile followed through. OG pushing Liquid back to the base. Mind Control out about the top. So with his diffuser blade picking them apart. Roll forward for GH for Seb. Cuts him down. Double kill. They're pushing on OG. Liquid getting forced back to the base. And Liquid have nothing. They have nothing to offer folks.
They're just giving, look at this, they're driving Fountain and TI Finals. They want Kurogi in the Fountain as well. They're going to get it, they're chasing Miracle as well. Oh my God.
I can't believe this. I can't believe what we're seeing in this game 4. OG, you thought you saw it all in Game 2. You thought you saw it all in Game 3. There it is. OG,
You have to try to take advantage of it somehow.
they're waiting there on the high ground. They'll immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. No-Tail is trying to run. The Smasher's after him. No-Tail's got the backup of Anna. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid, they're diving on forward. GH will be kept safe by the Heavenly Grace. Kuro may have done a little tip by this time. Will be surrounded. The 4 of them take down Kuro. Put an end to his reign across the map. As OG responding in their numbers now in that middle lane. They won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
They still, OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have a greedy IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a Gyro. Gyro is all about that early fights. Same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be an early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timbersaw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard for Liquid to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
It goes deep. Weehar's going to turn with a focus fire. Seb, of course, has got the max reactive armor. Thanks to that, Shackle won't latch. Seb continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. Liquid will try and turn their attention towards Thompson, but with No-Tail by his side, they cannot dive up to the high ground. Seb holding them back.
5 Liquid heroes in the mid lane. Trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 9 heroes or 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for No-Tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this under the Titu, and they will get it. Seb is trying to turn. The missile is out on Akura. Does Seb have the burst? Not quite. Magnetizes out, and Seb has to retreat. Shackle does latch Liquid. They've got the lockdown. They've got the roll forward. The kickback. They'll crush him. Liquid. They're diving again.
They want top.
They got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Thompson past the cooldown. They won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. And they're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that IO. And we know this, the timing, it's all about just waiting for IO to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 talent. That's what OG wants.
He's diving in. Onto Kuro with the flak as well. Hand of God will not keep Chen alive today.
GH will not get TP'd out. Jerax actually TP's in and gets the toss up at the exact timing.
And OG's actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there, but Thompson will throw down the call down just to clear the
Well, the
grid.
Shackle actually reaches across the trees, but no tell. He's there with a shield. Thompson goes for the TP out. The focus fired it out. The damage is not enough.
Right.
Thompson save. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, it's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirit supplied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jarek's already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Xana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The spirits will be out.
Yeah, and they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo. You don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versus an actual counter. Timbersaw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages.
Are fortified.
It's just that farm game, OG.
They've got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them up, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point in the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness of how they are, but also there's an Abaddon who can just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he can just get away with this, pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time, knowing that sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Anna's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal Gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal? Gyrocopter, I just said it.
Stretch diffusal gyrocopter. Fancy that, Thompson.
So
doing something that I don't think I've ever seen this.
Kind of. I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of mana burn, which is going to be annoying for
Okay.
It gives you a lot of agility, and it gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down, I guess.
There's Liquid.
Different.
They've got the kill squad getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the Bristleback. They've got Pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this one with the Medallion as well. However, OG, they know what's going on. They can look to contest this as well. As do they have the Aghanims finished up? It's almost there for Ana. And they're pinging it. They seem now they're aware of it, but it looks like it's almost too low for them to contest with all this minus armor. And Liquid will get away with this one.
And let's see what they can do with it. Aegis, Pipe, they have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's gonna buy the tome, give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they gotta group up and try to get something big here. They gotta catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO with a nice shackle shot for We got to focus fire him. They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Ana. I won't quite find, but definitely, yeah, thinking about it, this diffusal blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is, you look at what Miracle and Mind Control in particular.
They're completely dependent on their mana.
And they're dependent on the fights being drawn out, right?
Yeah.
They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he can burn, he's going to take their mana away, and they're going to be essentially some of these useless, tanky targets on the front that OG can then ignore and look for the more volatile kills.
And he's acting as this like super frontliner. And Bristleback is a hero that if you don't have mana, you don't have damage. So if he's just going to be burning the Bristle, I can see it. You know, I can see it. And he's super farmed, and look how tanky he is. 2,000 HP on the gyro. There's going to be an MKB finish now for Weehaw, so his damage is going to be very high as Seb's getting slowed down. He's got greaves available, but he's getting burst.
I mean, they're bringing him low. He's got the shield. Now they'll be able to turn. Cooldown's dropped down by Thompson. And here we have it. Miracle. His mana's gone. He's able to pop the stick, get it a fair bit of it back, and he's able to head back in, pushing OG back behind the racks. They're getting a good amount of damage onto this tier 3 tower. Liquid, they push on.
Io. That Spirit Hero damage is there now. Ana gonna join the fray finally.
There we have it. Miracle's mana. It's pretty much entirely gone by Thompson's focus. It looks like GH. He can't get out. There's no mana. GH. He's dead. And now OG. They have that numbers advantage for this defense. They'll try and change the ball. Thompson. Look at Brian. Brings Miracle down. There's the shackle turnaround. They're looking for Jarek. Jarek's backing away. Thompson focusing Miracle. Miracle's still out of mana because of this diffusion. Jarek. He's able to cover. The GA is out. We all will fall though. The magic damage is there from Thompson. Miracle's trying to run. Another stick charge pop, but Jarek can shut him off. In fact, Jarek, he's ready to try and look for more potentially. There's only the once. Thompson, he's on top of Kuro. Another cooldown there. The toss back into the combo. Jarek,
oh my God.
They're all getting picked apart as mind control falls. Miracle is surrounded, and they're able to get this as well. OG, they will hold.
And they're even taunting. They toss him to the dragon. Holy crap. Thompson, the defusal is absolutely working. Burns all their mana.
But I don't think anyone would have expected to see Gyro, the deciding game. The defusal blade, Gyro, it is perfect for this point of the match.
He just did an insane amount of damage, front lines the entire time, and then Ana just has free reign to get all that Spirit Hero damage, and it's back completely the other way, and it feels like the control is just gone for Liquid.
What do you do? When your mana's gone, what do you do?
Oh my God. OG starting to take over the game completely here.
Showing new ways to play the game at this incredibly late moment in the tournament.
And now Thompson has an Aghanim's as well, so not only is his regular hits going to be proccing that... yeah, he's going to be burning a lot of mana.
And then just moving into the base now, OG. They're putting in, Flash starts to force the quick back, they'll focus Miracle. Miracle, looking at himself out and away, the missile is out, they're trying to put the heals to save him, but Miracle's dead.
So much damage.
Jared's in with the combo, they'll bring down GH. GH has buyback, he'll buy back immediately. Weehar's going to be back up in 5. Fortification is popped, but OG, they're not going away.
They're too healthy. They still have Greaves available for Seb as well this whole time. They're pretty, No-Tail's kind of low, but once they pop those Greaves, everyone's going to be topped off.
A tier 3's going down, 22 minutes again, and in a match where it looked like Liquid had the pace to maybe bring something different, but we're back to the same place that we were in Game 2 and Game 3.
There's no stones for GH. He can't contribute anything. There's no magnetized either. They're just taking this rack.
It's gone. They cannot get close to hold this. As OG, we'll see what the plan is next. They'll back off.
They're happy with that. Why not? They can back up, clean up strikes. But I think if Liquid chases out, OG can definitely just turn to look for the fight. They have no cooldowns that they're waiting on. Everything is available for them. And they're just so farmed right now at this point.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Oh.
10 Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Oh.
Seconds remaining.
What the?
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Shadow Demon.
Dire team pick. Radiant. Radiant team ban.
Mars.
Oh. Wait.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Yeah. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Pick.
Crystal Maiden.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Necrophos.
If
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Bit. Bit. Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
Poor thing.
Oh. Uh,
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dire team banned.
Venomancer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Radiant team, Dire team pick.
Shadow Fiend.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. You may now select your heroes.
Yeah.
Prepare for battle. Thirty seconds to battle. The battle begins. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Feel the thing.
First blood.
Sure.
That's mine. Dogs.
Yep.
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's turret.
Of course.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Go for me.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Your time and place have come.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bounty. Come for me.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
One.
Yeah. Good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. killed. Scanning. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Go for me.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is fallen. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Sepsis. Rot starts at the head.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh. Oh. It.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower
GG.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. is under attack.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Many games, and they haven't really found success. That they're so close, they don't want to take any big risk. So without items, AQ gets a satanic. Surely you're starting to feel comfy with taking fights here from Newbee.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a safe option for them again. You know, they're...
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, now it's not so safe. So if they do actually want to commit, there is a slight risk. I say that, but there's 5k ahead. Although at 36 minutes in, that doesn't mean as much as it used to. It's still an advantage. That's still something IG has to jump over. And it's IG that smokes up?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
Jeez. This should be a better push for Newbee. They have the firepower to force through it, and with all those ults blown, I'm not sure if IG has it in them to really pull.
AQ trumped it up. Now YG goes in with poison oak on what he is, and he misses the Spirit Ollie. And with that same ult, it's a lot of damage. Reaper side will be able to take down the CM, I believe. Moogie committed the Reaper side on Ollie of all people just to cancel the ultimate.
It's a big win for IG in that case, right? In fact,
YG, yeah, he tried to TV up. They just de-watered and re-watered that cliff. They saw them do it, and now they're gonna find Faith as well. Yeah, that wasn't it.
nah, Newbee punished hard for trying to push in. They don't even find a Rax. So we're still dead even in map control. It is slightly better for Newbee with their tier 2s, but bot lane is basically the same. Rax exposed. For Newbee's side, Rax exposed as well. RG, it's just so strange when Boogie's forced to sight up a CM. That's really not the... You want that on the Morphling. it should
Yeah.
be the Morphling every time.
Yeah, I mean, like 30 minutes ago, they were really picking on Ollie. It was a bit funny, but now it's not really that funny. Like, you can't Reaper Sight the CM, just
No.
guess that ultimate. It's just, that's not the way Necrophos works. It's, what can you do, though? He felt like he needed to say, Wizard died anyway. Now Kaka has an Aghanim Scepter, by the way, and they jump in straight on the Necrophos. They're not expecting them to be this far. I love the fact that Kaka has an Axe, though, because he's got still on 2-second cooldown now. So, this is when you feel really good playing group. Like, this is the time where you get to shine.
Yeah, and Newbee, with their lineup, I have to say they're starting to taper off. Necrophos, at some point, stops being hero, right? Like, he stands there, he goes shrouds, he Reaper Sight, he heals your team. That's it. He does not do damage. He has a sight. Reaper has a device, so he has that additional control. But if you allow IG to stall this out and get bigger and bigger, you are going to face damage and burst issues here that your lineup is not geared for. Slowly but surely, you will be depending almost entirely on AQ. Yeah, you're right. Like, Wizard has some decent damage, but it's really going to be about the SF.
Emote.
Dire's turret has been killed.
Kaka's courier. In fact, it's Ollie's courier. Again, poor Ollie. Can't catch a breath. Even his couriers are dying now.
Oh.
4 items to come up. Timeless Relic being found by AQ, which is always very nice, but Ninja Gear is even nicer for the SFs. Take that. IG, meanwhile, not really much in the way of tier 4 items, I don't believe.
I think they've finished up all theirs. They do have a Princess Knife and a Leveler currently just sitting there. So a lot of tools for them to use, wanted to.
Q breaks the smoke. JT will go invis himself. Waiting on that high ground. Surprisingly, no observer what's going around this time, but Kaka jumps in. As the Reaper Wizard straight away, they do burst down the Rubik, and now JT falling low. Reaper's time to take him out. And that's it, everyone. Time to run away. Newbee need to capitalize off this run right now. They can't
For sure.
keep playing games with IG.
No. They've got to find the objectives, got to get something. They're group around the Roche pit at the minute off.
The
really want
is
to.
being taken.
Oh god.
It's being taken again.
Oh, Fly's here's ball.
Yeah, he just walked
no.
into YG, and YG's like, oh, hello? Fly really wants that Venomancer, does get it. Now he might die for his trouble. He does wait for the other way. Oh, what the Wizard. He knew. You juke me like that a second time, Fly. He will pay for trying to take down that banner, and does also put a gem in free line. And they know the courier is trying to find it. Come on now. To the north a little bit, Mr. Courier. No, they can't find it. It's just gonna sit there in the tree line.
Oh yeah, that's really hard to click actually. I think right because of that location that's at, it's actually blocked by the tree at a certain angle. They can't even click if they wanted to. Unfortunate, but hey, it's just a gem. It's fine, right? It's just there. I mean, overall, Newbee wins out massively in that, and that's enough time for the Roche to be up. So they go straight to the Roche. They're gonna have that for the high ground. IG, their work just got really harder. It's like they're gonna have to play the next fight perfectly. They can't afford to have JT and Kaka really get caught out like that. You need Rubik with the spell steal to dictate these fights. When he just dies, it's over. You can't fight.
Well, you know what happens when the game gets hard, John? A Divine Rapier pops up. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing from the Morphling, it seems. Time for a Divine.
They're losing Rex though.
What? Oh no! Are you kidding me?
Emo. Oh my god, he just takes the range draft, sure, but the melee Rex isn't looking that much healthier. It's repaired.
He forces the repair kit from YG. Oh
God.
Bro. How dare you?
It's constantly sneaky from IG, just not giving space. They sacrifice their career to spot out. I'm not sure if that's on purpose, but from Kaka, but I'll assume it is to spot out any sort of movements from behind, and that does give them enough time to back off. Now, IG's playing at 12k deficit at 43 minutes in. It's been a consistent kind of gap. It's just, I feel like Newbee has definitely not capitalized on this lead. They haven't been able to siege the high ground. They haven't been able to start these fights on their terms completely cleanly. They need to find these objectives now. They've got all the tools they need. They've got to siege that high ground.
Well, they're gonna go for a sneak attack. Try to do the same. Okay, the Wizards roll the sneak. I thought they were trying to do the same thing. Shotgun AQ's gonna call but lose most of his HP. And he takes good stop. Now Ronve toss the play in. Arena is gonna swap for JT. Can he survive the arena? Reaper's side will take him out. We also been found Ollie on the CM dies, but now Faith will lose his life with Shadow Demon. Bypass it there from ID. They start moving forward. Fly with it does not really connect, but now Victim of Souls is going to force Emo just run the other way, and he does die. No buyback available, that Void Spirit. And IG can't fight this. Fly. What do they stop with his Spirit Mass makes to get the hell out? And he does. He should realize there's no buyback on Void Spirit. It is time to go. You still have the Aegis. You have to make the play now.
Yeah, this is their massive win opportunity. They do jump in. Their creep wave is just in. All right, do you get the towers? Should be able to find a lot more. Can IG defend well?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it. Fly is trying to find an opening, but Wizard's not needing the target still. Adaptive will be there. They're going to fight. They'll push it back. He's going to die because of this. I don't that one. I find it away, coming the other way. Gonna go ahead and try to skip the creep game, I believe. But they've had enough. They're going up to tier 4s. Ollie's been stabbed for his own age. Now Divine is there, but Fly by yourself. It's just him and the Divine. It's a 1v5 situation for Fly. I'd love to see him try and win this one. You've got to get in there, son. Try your best. Top speed KB goes after the tankiest target. Guess what? It doesn't work. Yeah, he didn't put top satanic either, and IG are going to lose game 2, which does give Newbee a chance in game number 3.
Yeah, the big turnaround for Newbee, getting control in this game, playing what they wanted. She had some interesting draft choices. I think the support picks played against them. All these CM not contributing too much.
Trying to take advantage of it somehow.
They're waiting there on the high ground. They'll immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. Notail is trying to run. The Smash is after him. Notail's got the backup. Oh, Banner. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid, they're diving on forward. GH will be kept safe by the Heavenly Grace. Kuro may have done a little tip by this time. Will be surrounded. The 4 of them take down Kuro. Put an end to his reign across the map. As OG responding in their numbers now in that middle lane. They won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
They still, OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have a greedy IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a Gyro. Gyro is all about that early fight. Same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be an early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timber Saw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard for Liquid to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
It goes deep. We are going to turn with the focus fire. Seb, of course, has got the max reactive armor. Thanks to that, Shackle won't latch. Seb, continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. Liquid will try and turn their attention towards Thompson, but with no tail by his side, they cannot dive up to the high ground. Seb holding them back. 5
Liquid heroes in the mid lane. Trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 9 heroes or 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for no tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this under the Titu, and they will get it. Seb is trying to turn. The missile is out on Akura. Does Seb have the burst? Not quite. Magnetizes out, and Seb has to retreat. Shackle does latch. Liquid. They've got the lockdown. They've got the roll for it. The kickback. They'll crush him. Liquid. They're diving again.
They want top.
They got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Thompson pops the cooldown. They won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. They're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that IO. And we know the timing, it's all about just waiting for IO to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 talent. That's what OG wants.
He's diving in. Onto Kuro with the flak as well. Hand of God will not keep Chen alive today.
GH will not get TP'd out. Jerax actually TP's in and gets the toss up at the exact timing.
And OG's actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there from Thompson. He'll throw down the call down just to clear the
well, the Shackle actually reaches across the trees, but no tail. He's there with a shield. Thompson goes for the TP out. The focus fired it out. The damage is not enough. Thompson save. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, it's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirit supplied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jerax already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Ana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The spirits will be out.
Yeah, and they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo. You don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versus an actual counter. Timber Saw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages.
Are fortified.
It's just that farm game, OG.
They've got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and the running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them off, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point of the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness to how they are, but also there's an advantage. We just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he could just get away with this, pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time, knowing that sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Ana's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal? Gyrocopter, I just said it.
Stretch diffusal gyrocopter. Fancy that, Thompson.
So doing
something that I don't think I've ever seen this.
Kind of. I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of like mana burn, which is going to be annoying for Liquid.
Okay.
It gives you a lot of agility, and it gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down, I guess.
It's Liquid.
Different.
They've got the kill swap, getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the Bristleback. They've got Pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this one with the Medallion as well. However, OG, they know what's going on. They can look to contest this as well. As do they have the Aghanims finished up? It's almost there for Ana. And they're pinging it. They seem now they're aware of it, but it looks like it's almost too low for them to contest with all this minus armor. And Liquid will get away with this one.
And let's see what they can do with it. Aegis, Pipe, they have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's gonna buy the tome, give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they gotta group up and try to get something big here. They gotta catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO with a nice shackle shot for We Got to focus fire him. They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Ana. I won't quite find, but definitely, yeah, thinking about it, this diffusal blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is, you look at what Miracle and Mind Control in particular,
they're completely dependent on their mana.
and they're dependent on the fights being drawn out, right?
Yeah.
They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he can burn, he's going to take their mana away, and they're going to be essentially some of these useless, tanky targets on the front that OG can then ignore and look for the more volatile kills.
And he's acting as this like super frontliner. And Bristleback is a hero that if you don't have mana, you don't have damage. So if he's just going to be burning the Bristle, I can see it. You know, I can see it. And he's super farmed, and look how tanky he is. 2,000 HP on the gyro. There's going to be an MKB finish now for Weehaw, so his damage is going to be very high as Sem's getting slowed down. He's got greens available, but he's getting burst.
I mean, they're bringing him low. He's got the shield. Now they'll be able to turn. Cooldown's dropped down by Thompson. And here we have it. Miracle. His mana's gone. He's able to pop the stick, get him a fair bit of it back, and he's able to head back in, pushing OG back behind the rags. They're getting a good amount of damage onto this tier 3 tower. Liquid. They push on.
On IO. That spirit hero damage is there now. Ana going to join the fray finally.
There we have it. Miracle's mana. It's pretty much entirely gone by Thompson's focus. To look for GH. He can't get out. There's no mana. GH. He's dead. And now OG. They have that numbers advantage for this defense. They'll try and change the more. Thompson.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're officially into the Game 3 draft. It is, of course, MLP Dota and John X Fire. John, what a Game 2 it was, sir. It was a little bit back and forth, but eventually Newbee did manage to close out that Game 2. Game 3, what do you think IG needs to do differently to try and win this series? Or what does Newbee need to do to win this series, sir?
I think Newbee definitely needs to play as they did last time. So they had a much stronger draft. They had much earlier tempo coming out. They were enabled by greater press from Wei-Si. His Venomancer in that top lane was just so chaotic early on, just couldn't give Fly the space he wanted. And that was some spectacular scaling as well from HQ. So they had these heroes in their line that just went online fast. Something that I want to see again from Newbee. I think that's definitely going to be key for them up against IG. IG also kind of play around their own pace. This time around, I think IG definitely took a slower approach last game. Like you saw Emu's build up for Radiance on Void Spirit, and he could have gone for something a bit faster, maybe a fast Yules to help them burst people down, or a fast Kaya to boost his damage. When instead of the Radiance, and once the Radiance was up, of course, he was just mainly focused on farming. So it was a slower pace from IG. You also saw Ollie on the CM, which really didn't do anything except become fodder for Newbee. So perhaps a different sort of pause 5 that can have stronger presence be needed for IG as well. It's a bit of a stronger start. They get the Mars this time around, so Newbee doesn't have access to that hero, and IG has that fast, strong laner with great team fight presence as well.
I like it. The Newbee will take Grimstroke.
Oh,
We follow.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see.
Solid. It's that stable opening, right? When it's not banned out, you go Grimstroke Ember. And a lot of teams fall back to that. It's just such a strong opening that gives you so much more to build off of it as well. IG going to the Mirana themselves. Now, I remember the last time IG picked the Mirana, I doubted it. I'm not going to do that anymore. They can make that hero work. There isn't any setup that they've done this a lot of times with Mirana before. They have managed to fit it into their draft quite nicely, so they're going back to those comfort picks, which is a good sign for IG. They're just going back to things they know they can make work.
I like them right now. I'll be honest, John. It just seems very, very strong as a position to have. And in terms of that setup as well, like, we've been seeing a lot of position 4s just rushing the Yules on Mirana and just setting up with that if they really feel the need to. I like it. I know the pump shouldn't really reflect too much on pro games, John, but she's sitting at a 55-56% win rate right now. In the highest bracket, so apparently this hero is back officially, and when Newbee they will respond with an Ursa, which it's interesting.
It's got presence for the Brimstroke, so you can jump in, have the Inkswell on, run someone down really fast. There isn't the best kiting capabilities just yet from IG. Like a Mirana that's kind of so keeping the Ursa in place. So you're getting a lot of leeway here from Newbee. You're not worried about your Ursa being kited around too hard. IG has to look at heroes that can kind of shove that Ursa off and get the Oracle. So you've got the Disarm, you've got the False Promise. How much value you get from the Ursa is kind of questionable now, considering that it's a free Disarm on a support. It's going to be really strong against that hero.
Yeah, I like the Oracle coming up from the side of IG. I think it was just a very easy pick for them to make. And I was going to make the statement, John, the Ursa pick in the 3rd pick phase just seemed a bit early.
Yeah.
Like,
it's super early. It's counterable, and IG does that. You know, it's like even if the first 2 pick doesn't cut yours around, something can still come out. You're like a lot more left for IG to pull out, and just with the Oracle, you're countering a core with a supporter with a lot of value in that support.
And not all he doesn't have to play CM anymore, so there's a huge bonus already.
Oh.
I don't think CM in this better out.
It's sad. It's sad. You know, it's like it's a solid support, but it really once doesn't do anything, it doesn't do anything. I mean, it gives you something. I think in the right lineup can make an argument for it. That was certainly well. I mean, when Ollie died, no one else was dying. So hey, yeah, the aura.
The aura, like, you know, you could all just buy some raindrops. Get the very similar effect, you know. Some royal jelly. That'd be nice. Just do the bad. The Newbee, they do go for a Timbersaw pickup now, so that does sort of give the inkling that it could be a support Ember. But of course, when you see a Timber, you take the Slark. It's not necessarily a huge counter, but considering the way IG has been playing today, John, they've been very aggressive. They're not really allowing Newbee to feel comfortable, so I like the slot.
It plays really nicely to the Ursa as well, right? Like you enrage, Slark just gets more opportunities to steal stacks off of you. He shadow dances. You can't really do anything. Ursa's not one of those heroes. The Timbersaw can, mind you. Like the AoE from Timber can stop the regen of Slark quite nicely, or at least counteract it. But get free stats from 2 years for the Slark. can be a good time for him. I do worry about the control on IG for the Ember, the Timb. It's still not the best. Like, the best thing you have is the Oracle Root. Maybe you can follow up from that with a spear or an arrow. And they're gonna really have to be on point with catching these heroes out, because beyond that, Newbee, these heroes that dip in and out, the Ember and Timb.
I love the fact that you've just decided you're going to call Timbersaw Tim. Like, it's just. I suppose if his name was going to be anything, it'd be Tim. Timbersaw. Little Timmy.
Yeah. Yeah. I get the actual name and always forget.
It's Timmy.
Yeah, is it really
It's
Timmy?
Timmy now. No, it's not really Timmy, John, but I've decided it is.
Is it? Wait, no. Who's Razzlerack? And is that Clockwork? I'm mixing up my names. I forget. Razzlerack should either be Timbersaw or
I'm pretty sure it's
Clock. And I forget. Razzletrap. Oh no, it's Razzletrap or Clock. Okay. All right. So Timbersaw. I can't recall. So I guess I had canon now as well. Thank you. Timbit. Him? Wait, did I not say the? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I heard you say the B at the end. I kind of chose to ignore it for the sake of it actually being somewhat funny. If I said Tim, people will be like, "Well, that's already a name, is it?" You see what I did? I shortened Timbersaw to Tim, and
Clever. Wow.
I made a nickname Timmy, as in thank you, John. I've over-explained the joke a little bit now.
Definitely have. I want to talk about ban. Newbee with the OD ban is pretty good. I think that would have obliterated the Ursa Timbersaw. So they kind of take care of that for themselves, which is great. What last pick would you want here from IG? If they really just wanted to mess with Ursa, if that's really what they want to do, I'd say a Razor last pick would be nice. It's pretty okay. Again, well, not quite okay against the Timbersaw and Ember. I can kind of lane fine against the Ember, but does really just blow the Ursa away, although you don't need it when you have the Oracle, I think. Definitely not. Like, there's the Storm Spirit that's not bad out. We've seen a lot of Storm into Ember, and you could argue Newbee doesn't quite have the control for that.
Yeah, and Emo does really enjoy playing Storm. Maybe into the Ember, it could be a somewhat bad idea, but that's really the only control you have. Like, you've got a Grimstroke Silence. That's it. That and Chains.
10 seconds.
So, would be a pretty decent Storm game right now. Okay.
Oh,
I was actually going to bring this up because the Tornado, I believe, does also purge the reactive armor, does it not?
That I can't recall off the back of my hand. I would say yes. I think it would do that. It's a pretty strong dispel, but we'll find out. It really slips my mind, mainly because we don't see it too often.
There's a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if it's strong or dispel or just plain dispel, which always slips my mind. You know how it is. Reliable, fine. Huh.
I appreciate the fact that they've actually given him like a fighting hero now. Like we saw Arc Warden into what was the second one even? It was
Void Spirit, but he was farming a Radiance.
Right. He was farming a Radiance. It's like could probably do better. Oh, what?
Oh God.
Now take a seat and let me tell you about this hero, John. Well, now this is a hero. This is there's no wave clear. Well, actually, there's
Mars?
JT. There's JT. I give you
Mirana.
That's a bit concerning. But in terms of the Invoker vs Broodmother 1v1 match, it is hellish.
Oh yeah. No, it's not
hellish as an Invoker.
But it's actually Emo Mirana. It's Kaka Invoker. So
hold on a minute.
That's a big bait. They baited like Newbee thinking it's Invoker mid. The Mirage should have a better time there. Like it's not gonna be. It's still gonna be a hard lane. The question is, can Kaka pull off the support Invoker we've seen a few teams pick out? I guess if it's a guy that can do it, it's probably Kaka.
Yeah, but you know these position 4 Invokers make me sick, John.
Oh yeah, they do.
You see them in your pubs. They do the little tornado EMP with the cold snap and the spirit. You know, it's like, okay, we get it. You can do the combo. You know, you've got a decent sense of time. Congratulations. Can we win the game now? Can you pick a real hero? I don't know. But it is Kaka, right? So it should be okay. You know, on the position 4 Invoker, you could make the argument that it will be a lot more effective. It's just there for the tornado purge. Seems pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Win rate in the Invoker as well.
What was it?
Confidence inspiring.
I didn't see what was.
It was like 4,200, 2,800, so pretty big, over 50.
That's not for the
Really good
Invoker,
amount.
though, is it? That's games in total.
Was it? Nah. Well, that's a shame.
You can't have just
I
had
think-
like 6,000 games of Invoker.
Yeah, that's fair. I wasn't really thinking. I think he did have his Invoker stats up. Looks like 400 something up against 300 flat or something like that. So it's still pretty impressive. And
A support sniper. I'll give him that.
what if they did choose the support sniper here? It wouldn't deal with the brood mother, that's for sure. That is a good set in AQ. Take a look at that. Wow, that's pretty.
The spider.
Oh yeah.
You know what? This one was a recent one that came out. I wasn't a big fan, quite frankly.
Really? I think it's pretty cool. It looks
it's cool, but
it's
doesn't really match.
Turbo Spider.
I know. But
Yeah,
look at
that's
the
right.
head. Look at the head of it. It just
The
doesn't
head.
match.
Is that actually part of the set?
I don't know. Is it?
No, it doesn't look like it. It's not part of the set. It's not the cat item, because that head really doesn't fit. But it's cool. Look at that. It's like an ancient automaton or something.
Hell.
It's like an automata. Yeah, it's like ancient stone robot things Greeks used to write about. Do you not know history, Mike? You culture? Are you not aware of culture?
I honestly was not aware that Greeks wrote about robot spiders, John. But
Well, not spiders specifically, but you
I'll
can
keep it in mind, mate.
Oh, look at this, Mike. Down mid, JT. On Mars mid, up against AQ.
Hey, that's a smart play. Like, straight up, that is the smart play. Right? Like, why would you even bother throwing the Marauder in? You've got God's Rebuke. You could just slam the spiders every time you see him. Just squash them. That's what that's the plan here from JT. I like it.
Yeah, so I love this switch out from IG. They've definitely played some mind games here on Newbee. So, I mean, Newbee should still get something from the Brood. AQ can just dip into his jungle, farm up that way. He really needs to maximize it though, and has to be careful about bleeding out those spiderlings just like that.
Yeah, it's I love the fact that they weren't Broodmother, but you did choose it into a Mars. You know, it's... I don't... We'll see what AQ does. I don't want to judge before we see what happens. Bot lane, of course. Fly is actually in the off lane, and now... Hold snap from Kaka onto Mugi, but... It will not finish that job off. Still, Fly seems very, very comfortable in this lane. Like... Mugi can't come in close to harass the Slark out at all, so... It's like, okay, you get some Fury swipes, and I'm gonna get some free agility, free stat altogether. Like, who's winning here?
Yeah, it's hard. The Ursa doesn't really want to do that. I mean, both sides do kind of win out. I guess Mugi gets a little bit more damage overall, and it fates around to add his stun. It takes a while for the Invoker's utility to really kick in. So that's one thing going here for Newbee. They just have a little bit more potency early on, up against what IG has, but they lane swap once more. Emo actually working his way down here.
Okay. Could be in trouble. Emo does take the arrow now. He does not dodge the ink swirl, but a nice pound from Fly. They find Faith, and now Mugi. Do not turn around, sir. That is very dangerous. Fly may actually die to the T1 tower, but no, he will survive.
Yeah, and with that lane swap, it should be easier for Emo to actually apply consistent harass towards the Ursa. So swap the lanes out. I'm not sure if the TP is going to change out though. Yeah, they just lane swap up top as well.
Nice. And Mugi will join Fly, going straight up to Ollie, in fact. Ollie will on the Oracle, and Fly will just keep whacking away. So he's now surrounded, but he still feels confident. He's going for this. YG almost goes down. Fly cannot finish the job off. Had he found YG before that ink swap popped, he may have had some huge turning potential, but he will not get there.
Tower is under attack.
It does take quite a fair bit of heroes for Newbee to kind of get that done, and they have to walk YT back. So he's gonna have to TP back into his lane, whichever lane he decides to help out. But overall, I think IG is still gonna be okay here. Like they drag him back up top. So now if Mugi wants to leave, he's gonna have to walk away or wait out the TP. And they just want to be constantly annoying there.
Look at the difference in last hits right now. Like JT's got 7 more last hits. You know a lot of those are startlings. But every time AQ brings the sparklings in to try and secure some CS, you just get taken out. Every single time. Like sure, you can farm the jungle really efficiently with this Broodmother, with their sparklings, but that's all you can do with them. You're never going to be able to do anything else.
Nah, you can't expect the Broodmother to really get that done in this same matchup. So the best you can hope for is just have AQ go in the jungle and kind of surrender the fact that JT has a free lane on Mars. So he's gonna items up fast, he's gonna hit his spike, but as Mars, he can't push out the tier 1 too fast. That's one big thing for Newbee. They're not gonna lose this objective, even if it's kind of free lane.
That could be like it's highly doubtful. Like, how do you even kill the Mirana? You have the silence, but even with the silence, probably get it off time and just get away. Meanwhile, bot lane Wiz having a decent old time with Timbersaw, not really struggling too much. And you're at that stage, Timber, where you can really start to mess up this Slark, and Flat almost drops. Meanwhile, top lane, Faith goes down, and he's gonna have a bit of a chase onto Emo now, but Emo should be fine. Bot lane, Wizard does chain forward and does get the kill with the Whirling Depth. It honestly is pretty hard as a Slark once the Timbersaw's hit that level 4 or 5 mark. It's just, you can't contest the lane anymore.
Yeah, it's a hard time to really apply some pressure here, and the damage coming out from Wizard is just so high. He's way too tanky. You can't really expect Kaka to do much for you in that case as well. It's a level 4 invoker, really, what do you really want from the guy? So it's just a hard time overall. I think they should be expecting this because they haven't lane swapped. They sent Fly back down bot, so he's just really gonna have to cop it for now.
Oh, Newbee are just putting every lane right now. Emo goes down at the top lane, and this weird draft, weird switching of positions is not panning out so far, that's for sure. You know, Newbee are doing a job of just dominating every lane. Even bot lane right now, trying to fight again. Fly. He's gonna fall quite low. Mana being drained there from Kaka. They will find YG first. Wizard is just completely out of mana, so he can't actually do anything up against the Slark.
Yeah, it's tricky for IG, even if they find that kill. Again, that's a support Ember. So far, Newbee's just getting that early momentum. We haven't seen the effect of the root just yet. That's the key thing. Once AQ's ready to melt towers, that's when Newbee's trap really starts to shine, and we're still not quite at that point. He has been uncontested in the jungle.
JT, you go for a solo arena now. It's a feint. Does get the kill, but you've got Mugi and AQ rotating in. JT TPs, and that works. There's just no way to cancel it.
Yeah, just I mean, it's an Ursa and a Broodmother, so they don't manage to find that. They do get Fly once more. This Slark really not get that early game you want. I would argue IG should maybe lane swap. You really don't want the Slark to be this far behind, and Emo's had enough farm. I mean, you know, at the Mirana, you'd want to prioritize the Slark a little bit more, but IG looks to be dead set and just going back on bot. No, TPing up top, so trying to get Fly that time. It's just, even Mugi's has a level advantage now as well.
Fly's gonna go for a bit of a fight here. But let's take the Fortune's End. Ink Swalls immediately. Ooh. And Arrow actually connected on a creep, which is very unlucky. We'll get back to farming eventually. Don't know if you noticed either, John, but AQ did manage to take the mid tier 1 tower after that Mars attempt was denied, TPing away. So, yeah, it's starting to come really online for Newbee. Like, they've won every single lane. in that mid lane, you can make the argument that he did a pretty darn good job, but not enough.
No.
He's now 300 net worth behind AQ, and it's to be expected. It's a Brood Mother, tends to do this, but she can get really out of control really quickly if you're not paying attention to what she's up to.
And AQ is reaching that point, like they're almost there at the defusal. You look up top and Fly again.
Oh, beautiful. Moogie, he just jumps forward and fly and get the power off inside. Now, trying to run away. All of there with Fortune's End and Purifying Flames. And now JT does rotate in with the arena. In range already kicked Moogie. You need to run faster. He does run out of the arena, but it will not be enough. Emo rotates in on Marana to help secure that kill, and we'll go back down bot to try and fight the Wizard off.
It's and they're still fine some trades here, IG, but Newbee's still gonna be happy with how all of these wins are going. They've completely shut down Fly. He's level 4. He's the same level as on the Oracle as the Slark at 9 minutes in. Really not where you want to be with Slark. His net worth is just barely above the support Ember. You know, you need to somehow recover with Fly. Get him that space he needs. You look at what Newbee's doing on the map, you know, how fast AQ's farming up, how aggressive they're playing. There's no space in the map for Fly to actually farm sleep.
Fortune's End, JT gonna join up at that top lane. It's just, you're committing so many heroes. Fly. But those heroes are gonna suffer themselves now. I don't know, AQ's, he's got the Defusal Blade. He could definitely go for a bit of a fight if he really wants. I imagine he'll just take some more time, get some more farm up, there's no rush. And
Fly.
Can't say the same for Fly. He was silent stunned. Looks like he does bounce away, but now the Chakram's there. He is dead. Still level 5. This is really, really bad news for IG. It's YG. Unfortunately connecting on the creep, so a bit unlucky on his part. Had he found those chains, that would have been another kill for AQ.
Yeah. You're at where AQ has the defusal up. He's ready to find kills. He's ready to play a bit further in the map. I think this should eventually lead to the tier 2 being taken very soon. Once you hit level 12 on AQ, you're probably going to be much more comfortable to take that. And even if this net worth advantage from Newbee is just 1k, it feels like so much more. Because you're playing so far behind on Fly. Like, he does hit 6 on the Slark, so he has his Shadow Dance at least.
Oh, they found the tick up. This could be a big kill. Wizard, he gets caught out. Does try to stick charge up, still surviving, but eventually does fall. Still Newbee. They feel confident to go for a fight. Moogie, he just jumps in. This could be really bad if they don't really pull this off. Fly is willing to fight back, and Moogie, what did he put himself into? Reaper is there. He does get speared up through the in-range. Still trying to run away now. Soulbind will come out, but he's surrounded. Moogie! Stroke of fate, at least Emo. Now the remnants forward from YG. Not going to be enough. He is still a supporter, but he's run out of mana. EMP will also connect, and now the spear forward. Won't really land on a tree from JT. He's just going to TP out of there. And it's not the worst case scenario. In fact, they're going to go for more even. Newbee, they're not dissuaded. They will go and pick up the position for Invoker. But I think Newbee have to be very, very careful not to give away big kills like that again.
It's a big kill going away of IG, surely, but they lose their tier 2 today. So while that's happening, H takes a big objective, and it's the Brood Mama. Every time you force these fights, Brood Mother clears the tower, your map shrinks, you see more webs, you get a bit more scared to go around, and AQ's gonna be happy. Like, yeah, great movie away. He's not the big focus. In fact, I don't think Moogie's impact is going to be as big as AQ's. He's just gotten complete control here.
Speaking of which, John, I forgot that, you know, we were on Mother's Day 2 days ago. That's probably why Newbee brought out the Brood Mama. Shout out to all the beautiful mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day 2 days ago. A bit late for the party, John, but you may as well say eventually, Kaka. Now, this is how it is in my pubs, John. My pause for Invoker just dying. Emo trying to go after some firelings. Can't even take them out.
Nah.
I thought it was going to be enough with fall. Apparently not.
Dire's structures are
Yeah, that's a bit worrying when you can't burst down these creeps, these suns. That just means that AQ has so much leeway to really get every single thing he wants here. They're trying to trade tier 1 bot, so they should be able to take this objective, but who really cares? Tier 2 up top. Newbee is set up to perhaps get a push going there.
Why not? Last game, we couldn't push. This game, we push everything immediately. No wasting time for Newbee. Kaka is in that same position, ready to defend. But it's like IG trying to get in position to maybe take a bot tier 2, but they're just not going to be able to get there. And even if they did, like, Newbee would probably just force in something else.
You don't really have too many options here. IG, if they go for the split push game, they don't have that strong push potential. And they found Emo, but they managed to lock him in. He did pop a haste, so he does manage to slip away. But this part of the map is no longer safe for IG. They can't play in their top jungle. They're gonna have to play in the top jungle area where they still have a tier 1, still have some form of control. They need to try to find an answer for the Broodmother. They're not quite farmed up to respond to that. JT is still saving up for the Desolator. And I think you'd need a blink on top to close the gap. So it's still going to be a while until IG has that answer for what Newbee has.
It all goes back to the whole inning stage for that top lane for IG. Like, JT was going just fine on the Mars, and then he had to go and help the top lane because Firefly couldn't survive any longer. It just ended up really not working in their favor. In fact, now Ollie's being jumped. Stroke faking to be there. Tornado not really going to affect YG. He jumps out of the EMP range. Nice arena. JT finding a lot of spiralings, but can he find AQ in time? He can. That's a huge kill coming out from JT. And now YG just trying to run away. Fortune's End will actually not connect on him. Emo will get the false promise, so he will remain safe. As now we do see the Ursa coming in. Moogie, he wants to join in the party. Emo starting to fall very, very low to Wizard, though false promise will heal him up. And Moogie is eventually going to find the runner, but now Firefly is joining this team fight. Meanwhile, Wizard is still chasing by himself the Timber. But you are falling very, very low on mana, sir. It is time to leave. Maybe not. Moogie is right behind him. Now, IG realize they can't chase any further for that Timber Saw. It's still a great team fight for IG, but I guess you could argue it could have been better.
Yeah, it's the amount of kills going the way of IG. They found a big kill on AQ, who was surprisingly only worth, I believe, 299 gold. Not as much as you'd expect the Brood Mama to be worth, but this does slow down that push. It does give them a little bit more breathing room and give them an opportunity to get some farm up. You've got the Desolator up on JT. He's working trade for a BKB, which will allow him to stand and fight. Definitely needs a blink though. Like, you're not gonna get that kind of initiation on Silverplate every single time. You need a blink for it to be consistent.
Oh, nice double check. It's coming in. Fly. At least he does have a double damage rune active. Moogie may not care though. In fact, Inkslaw's gonna be there to cancel the TP Fly. He barely gets out.
Ooh.
Oh, that would have sucked. That TP being cancelled for Fly, but he barely gets out in the nick of time.
Oh,
Yeah, but even with that TPD, they just didn't feel confident to fight.
Oh, you.
One lead, two lead. Yeah, there's one more just recharging now, so he does have a third lead, but it will not matter. Wizard does take him out mid-air. He did actually commit the leap in that instance. Kaka will come in and be a pest, just taking the taking all the mana away from Wizard.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But they're gonna fuck T1 anyway. There's just nothing to stop them.
Yeah, and they're doing this without the Brood Mother to help them push. So this is giving AQ actual time to farm up. He's going for the Ags, of course, and that's going to be up in a relatively quick time, about 1,000 gold away. Once you have that Ags up, you are just so much more obnoxious with your webs, and that should allow them to really take control at the edge of those tier trees, which should choke IG out. And IG has to get as much as they can from this map right now for that, and they have to defend that tier 2 bot if it is pushed in, because once you lose that, you lose.
You're gonna Ursa, it's time for Roshan. That's what I always say. AQ will just come in, pops the ulti. Could be a pretty quick Roshan with an Ursa brew. Flies around the corner, but there's only so much you can do as a slot. Meanwhile, JT does find YG, but that is support Ember. Not too big of a deal. Luckily for them, they didn't really commit Arena for that anyway, so you've still got that available. And YG actually gives JT the tier.
Oh god, that's exactly what Newbee wanted, right? They needed distraction. No one checks on Roche. Free Roche for them goes on AQ, and you'd be hard pressed to maybe get all that damage on AQ twice. So you can only really rely on the arena once in one life, and that's gonna give AQ a lot more way to dip out. Maybe man fight with Insatiable Hunger up. And you are going to see the axe in the next engagement. 200 gold away for AQ. That's going to be a massive power spike for our Broodmother.
Arrow will fly through, it doesn't really connect. Luckily for Kaka, they don't have any dust. And he will be able to complete his Spirit Vessel now.
Yeah,
AQ. Ags on the way.
Should be the Ags, yeah. That's going to be huge for him. You do see a couple of items for IG, like Fly does finish up the defusal eventually, so that's running for Slark. Still not gonna be all the answers they need, but it's something to help them fly along. You've got a crit stick on Emo, so the crystal is up for additional damage there, and that's really gonna be it. You mentioned Spirit Vessel up. These tools are great, but it doesn't feel like enough just yet. I think JT's BKB is gonna be the big one that allows IG to really stand forward at this point.
Yeah, I'd have to agree on that. Like, really is on JT's shoulders this game. We saw how much he can do if he gets a, massive arena spirit bars, and AQ is kind of a sitting duck if he gets caught out like that. Though bot lane, speaking of sitting ducks, Ollie, he's seen this position before. He will die, and Mugi is not able to finish off Emo. Didn't have a basher yet, so can't really cancel the TPs. Instead, they are going to start setting up that bottom T2 tower, and that is the final outstanding tower for IG. However, AQ has been left alone mid lane. He knows Karkar's around, because obviously you can see a lot of footsteps right now.
Oh, that is a lot of IKs going wrong in the cliff.
Yeah. Karkar keeps scouting out AQ, who's just happily farming. Spear will not land, but that was a lot of your babies dying.
Oh, Karkar.
Never mind though, she'll take one for herself. You lose some, you make some more. No, JT says, I'm taking them all this time. AQ, he is surrounded. He will lose the Aegis. Arrow doesn't land from Emo. He has one leap. No detection? No. There's essentially coming. They get the silence off. They do get Emo. They probably gonna start investing in some dust, that's for sure, Newbee. But, still good. Still finding that core Mirana.
Yeah. They don't really lose too much. I mean, they lost the Aegis, but who cares? I'd argue that the creeps being taken by JT was much bigger. This brings them so much closer to the BKB. And again, that's going to be the key thing that IG's waiting out for before they can hope to kind of fight back. Their tier 2 still being defended, but it's at 186 HP. Not much left to that tower. And once that's gone, it's going to be so much harder for IG to farm.
And Newbee just taking time, like, look at 1G, he almost got a Deso up. That Ember Spirit, like, this is a support Ember. It's gonna casually have Desolator up at 23, 24 minutes. It's not the greatest immunity for IG. But they're getting items up, like you said, they're getting there. They're slowly catching up, and now they smoke up. Feeling confident. They want to show off that new BKB that JT's got. And Newbee are gonna run straight into them. AQ will scout them out. IG still in there as if they haven't been scouted yet. Just wait for the right moment. There's a tornado coming in straight onto the timber. He'll just start getting those reactive armor stacks up, and now Karkar and Ollie are just dead. Fly Shadow dancing away with Monster on JT. He IG does nap off the arena, but what good is it when you're losing everyone around you? Lose Firefly. I'm back from the slot, but Emo's already dead.
Yikes.
Well, what happened to IG after game 1?
It's looking great. Like, it feels like Newbee really woke up though. Like, managing to work their draft well. They're playing so much better than we have seen them in a while. And IG has just been very sloppy with the initiation. As you mentioned, you know, they were still forcing that fight despite smoking pop AQ. That's just super optimistic, to say the least. That's definitely not the way you catch them by surprise. And they punished hard. And Biden's the lead of Newbee to 10k. And Newbee's still going to be very much in position to constantly shove out these waves.
Yeah, you're getting to that point where AQ's got a BKB up soon. Now that's when things become seemingly sort of impossible at this stage, right? Like if you get a BKB up in the next 2-3 minutes on AQ, there's just no way to deal with it. You've got nothing else. He can hit him hard, sure, but apart from that, you're screwed.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get the control in. That's the key thing. Like, they have relied really on the arena spear anyway to get that control out. So, not having that option means AQ can be able to dip around and get what he wants to fly.
Yeah, he's trying to farm. This could be a dive. He does Shadow Dance, take it away. There will be nothing to cancel that off. So, nice little play from him. But now AQ may just find Ollie. Ollie. Oh. Oof.
Yeah.
Who needs to be able to travel to Australia when you can just play a game like this, John? IG dying or killing off Emo as well in the Ember.
This is really still a support Ember from RCH. It's just an extra core. It's farming bad.
Tornado.
Even then.
Arena. Speed did not connect onto AQ. He still hasn't got that BKB up, but he's just man fighting. Meanwhile, Firefly will die to the tip, but Wizard will take him out. And JT, he's going to hold the shield up the best he can. It will not matter. Ollie will just buy back to Force Promise, but did he really survive this? That wasn't a buyback, but Ollie will buy back. Now they've called the GG, and that was just a very, very messy game from IG, to say the least.
Yeah, it felt like they were trying to play some mind games to the lane swaps, to the road swaps, the Euro swaps, and it looked like they were getting a good time initially, but they couldn't put a lid on AQ. They didn't really...
格热血登场 ，Colora Altis GR Sport